Hi everyone, it's Ben, and I have a confession to make. I'm dying to let you know about the relaunch of DP On Demand. There's going to be new and classic content uploaded monthly, in addition to 159 hours of already existing content. You can sign up by using the link below and get $2 off your first month, or become a $25+ patron to get a free month included with your patronage. That's all the content we normally offer on Patreon, in addition to DP On Demand monthly. This month's content is going to feature a classic Lost DP private show with the previous cast of DP, an episode of The Ass Cast with Ben and Jim Ass, a classic episode of that, and a new movie review with Ben, Jeff Holiday, and Adam from YourMovieSucks.org.
It was like there was a resolution at that moment, but there wasn't really.
Well, he's probably up on the hill.
Like that's where you cut the scene. Or loop the track or something.
You better get you and your steer out of sight.
Or not make a movie.
I'm thoroughly enjoying myself.
Good.
I was a beautiful longhorn steer. Me, I know longhorn steers. Been judging them for years. I moonlight as a longhorn steer judge.
New episodes will be released monthly after the 15th of each month. Here's the Lost show that was just uploaded, and as you can see, it's 6 days and 18 hours of content. Here's some of the private shows. There's a bunch of stuff on here. There's the Tommy Sotomayor, here's 23 Situations, Mind of the Manatee, Young Turks special. Click the link in the description below to get $2 off your first month of DP On Demand.
In the beginning, there was nothing, and then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
I gotta get away with this.
No! Say, man, you got a joint? No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
That's true. Sometimes I cry.
Oh!
Lick my butthole, he laughed.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast, episode 946. We got Scoot, we got Magicus, we got all kinds of wonderful stuff that happened over the last 24 to 48 hours.
We got 3 beards and a little baby.
Yeah. 3 beards and a little baby. Everyone like the stream because YouTube does not send out notifications that we have started to stream. They hate us. Show them who's boss. Like the stream. And also tomorrow we have a Patreon private show. What we got going on tomorrow, Billy?
Tomorrow
for our
we're
private
doing
show?
a return to our twisted video submission series, like Film Festival, the DP Flippin' Film Festival 5000 or whatever that we call it. So send in any short films or short little vids that you think would be cute to watch with us. We have a bunch of our own. It's going to be awesome. And tonight after the show on our Patreon.
For all of our $10 plus patrons.
$10 plus patrons.
We're doing a post show.
Post show.
And in the past, our post show have been just us talking, but we're going to actually review some video content live tonight over on Vimeo, over on the Vimeo platform. So
Stuff
you
that
want
we
to follow
can't
us over
watch
there.
on YouTube.
Exactly.
It's going to be cute.
Yeah.
Gay porn.
Look, Scott, don't spoil it.
I didn't say
Spoiler
what
alert.
gay porn, and what gay porn it is may surprise you.
It's
It doesn't
Sesame
really
Street.
narrow it down.
It's Bert and Ernie and then Big Bird and Snuffleupagus.
Do you think Snuffleupagus is Greek? That name sounds Greek.
It's very
Yeah.
Greek.
George
He's the
Snuffleupagus.
John Stamos of Sesame Street.
It's true. I think
Or he's the Milo Yiannopoulos of
Oh,
Sesame
God.
Street.
Yeah, I think the Sesame Street porn parody, it's got Bert and Ernie, it's got Big Bird and Snuffleupagus, and then it's actually Oscar
Gordon
the
up to?
Grouse. It's Oscar the Grouch and Cookie Monster. Cookie Monster's looking for cookies in the cookie jar. It turns out to be the trash can, and Oscar gets mad.
That's messy. You got crumbs everywhere. You got trash.
Yeah.
That'd be disgusting. Billy, that would be disgusting.
Yeah, Cookie Monster gets Oscar's crummies.
You know, yet again, we're covering the whole thing with Dave Chappelle. in our news. I was waiting for it to be over. Let the people who are mad about it be mad about it. Let the people who like it watch it. But it keeps escalating and escalating and escalating. And someone did mention this in the chat earlier. China is shooting like sonic missiles into our airspace, but people are talking about Dave Chappelle instead. Well, now we should be talking about that, but the real news should be talking about the stuff like that.
This really is more important. This
is it? How about the guy who killed his girlfriend that people have been looking for that we know was probably
That's another
dead?
porn parody.
Ben, he has a name, and it's Brian Laundrie.
Wait, no, I thought it was
Careless.
In the world.
I thought it was brain laundry, as in brainwashing.
I knew that. I knew he was dead.
Interesting.
I knew he was dead already because that was the best option for him. Like. He had
for him, yes, but the best option for me was knowing he was out there hiding in the Florida swamps for the rest of time.
Wasn't
that was a
last
cooler
You know
scenario.
me. You know me. I'm a super genius, and I always have theories that turn out to be 100% factual.
Billy, I think
factual.
you need to do some brain laundry.
I have a theory. I have a theory that these two were actually part of a YouTube group last summer.
The Miscreants.
They were doing YouTube vlogs in their van last summer, and they ran over a guy. And he's coming back to kill them and the people they were on the vlogs with. It's like, I know what you did
like
last
The Crow.
summer. Oh yeah, like The Crow.
Like something you read in a chain letter.
Here's the news segment. It starts now.
He called me sir, and got me so human angry.
People are discriminating against wolves.
Wow. They're laughing at us, at our stupidity.
And you better well learn to love it.
All right, so here's an actual.
Just before before you get into the story. Apparently, Brian Laundrie, cause of death, boar attack, snake bite, hypothermia, and 4 gunshot wounds to the back of the head all at the same time.
What did he do? Talk bad about Hillary?
Must have.
I can't say. I wouldn't know.
Here's the actual news story about the Netflix walkout that took place.
The usual deals on the table, by the way. Donate every $50. I will take a shot, and we'll start at $150.
Let's get drunk.
Someone give $20.34 so Magic has to take a shot. Let's go.
Good math.
So there was a walkout
your
over at Netflix yesterday because there were people that work at Netflix that were mad about the Dave Chappelle comedy special. And we're gonna watch an actual news report. I think it's a local LA news report. And then we'll watch the videos of one of the people that went there as a counter protest. We actually know him, Dick Masterson.
Yes.
And who's the other guy? Vito
Garibaldi.
Corleone.
Vito Gaspucci.
Amerigo Vespucci.
I think it's pronounced Vito Gesualdi.
Which many asked for it to be removed. Netflix has not done that, but you can see supporters of trans employees and their allies are out here outside of Netflix to speak out and talk about what they are wanting to come from all of this. I'm here with Neverending Nina, community cultivator and artist.
Neverending Nini. I mean Nina.
She's
bring some credibility.
Your singer.
Yes.
Talk to me a little bit about why it was so
5 foot even.
That's a lie.
Be out here today. I saw you
Drink
speaking
Magicus.
earlier here at the route.
If you donate enough money, it has to be true.
No, that's not enough money for me to be 5 foot.
If it's over $20, it's true.
It's so important because we show support and solidarity. We show support in community because as black trans people, as non-binary people, we are mostly all we have. And so if we don't speak up for ourselves, then who will?
It's all you have. The majority of the crowd is hipsters. White hipsters.
Yeah.
The majority of the crowd is straight white hipsters who want attention and are bored.
The idea that you're all you have is definitely wrong. A lot of people are supporting you. In a lot of ways, Dave Chappelle himself was supporting you, just not in the ways that you prefer. And like your preferred pronouns, you also have your preferred
I was going to say, there seems to be a lot of
mechanisms.
preferring going
Yes.
on in that community.
Yes, the sexual preference, the political socioeconomic preference, the preference when you can laugh or not. We're on the precipice of a Holocaust. I don't care about China shooting fucking rockets into the world. My religion is comedy, and my religion is being.
Is the National Guard going to have to send in the Rafflecopters?
They need to send in the Rafflecopters. It's about goddamn time.
This turnout, there are
This is
quite
a
a few
genocide, a jihad against haha.
people here, hundreds, I would
This is a
say. This
jihad.
turnout. What does that mean to you personally throughout what you have done in your life?
Well, I think it shows that there is an interest. It shows that there is a concern. It shows that there is space for us in growth. It shows this, that there's work to be done. And so if the individuals out here, the 100 plus, can go home in their own communities, in their own households and see, hey, how am I showing up for trans people? How am I showing up for black trans women? How am I showing up for yourself? Then that can continually create the change that we need to better our community as a whole.
And then I know that we've seen people here who are out on the other side saying, it's comedy. What would you say to that?
Yeah, so Dick Masterson and the other guy, Vito, one of them had a sign that said, "Jokes are funny."
That's sick.
And the other one said, "Dave
Jokes
is funny."
are funny.
Whoa,
And Dave
Scott,
is funny.
Scott.
What?
My preference is that jokes are educational.
Well, I wouldn't want to impugn on your preference because your preference takes precedence over, I don't know, the law, reason, anyone else's happiness.
Thank you.
Etc.
I think we got to throw a hashtag not all in there, though, because not all jokes are funny. I don't know if you've ever seen Kalo do stand-up comedy.
Damn it, Magicus. Every once in a while, you have a funny
example,
one.
because by that reasoning, all jokes are funny.
Whoa.
And let's talk about this special that Netflix has out there.
Well, I think comedy is for everyone, but we also know that
not every type of comedy is for everyone.
Well, but yeah, that's true. But comedy is for everyone. It's intersectional comedy. There's little sections where comedy will make you laugh, and there's other sections where comedy will make you hurt because it's testing your reality. That's what comedy does best, is it allows us to listen to other viewpoints because we don't have to take it seriously. We get to choose to take it seriously.
There have been multiple times where I've gone to a comedy show and sat in the front and got made fun of by the comedian.
What do you call you, booger eater?
I don't remember, but you know how they do that.
Did he
They'll
fucking
find
call
someone
you
up-
that? Fucking roasted you.
Yeah.
There is truth in
Joe
jokes.
and I went to the comedy store in LA one night, and the one of the guys on stage started taking shots at me, and we ruined the night for everybody because we started shooting back, and like they were getting pissed.
Was it Chris D'Elia?
No, Chris D'Elia wasn't there. Tony Hinchcliffe was there. He came down afterwards.
I love Tony Hinchcliffe.
He came down
He
afterwards.
got canceled.
Yeah, he was because he knew us from the Billionaires TV station we worked for. He worked there too a little bit. He came down afterwards and he was like, oh man, they're really pissed. Those guys out there smoking right now, they want to kick your ass. I was like, that's too bad they can't.
So if anyone has not been around a trans person ever in their life, but they also have always heard jokes about trans people, then that bias will show up when they finally get introduced
What if
to a
I've
trans person?
been
'cause they'll be
around
like,
them
I love
and
how-
have heard jokes and can differentiate the two?
Right, and I
That's
love how
impossible.
Dave
Couldn't
Chappelle
happen.
is supposed to be the one that educates the world on transgender people.
He is actually, though, because he's making people listen to their voice right now, and they have the opportunity to get so many new eyes and ears onto their message. And what they're doing is picking fights with fat shits that say jokes are funny. What?
The best line I've ever heard, which is extremely pertinent to this, I believe it was the late Norm Macdonald, but I could be wrong. I think it's a Norm line though. He said, people are calling comedians modern day philosophers. You know who that's really insulting to? Modern day philosophers.
But who are the modern day philosophers?
Kant, Hume, Hegel, I guess those are all old ones. I can't name any new ones because nobody cares anymore.
Yeah, because everybody now is in the propagandized business.
Schopenhauer, that's a good one.
Whoa! I didn't expect you to pull Schopenhauer out of your back pocket.
Oh yeah, I got him.
Aaron Myers.
Calvin Hobbes.
Okay.
Damn.
Here's
Cartoons are modern day philosophers.
this is one of the protesters
You know,
here.
we could watch this.
Yeah,
The longer one I sent you, it goes right into this in the other video.
These are all the videos you sent me.
I sent you one that was like over an hour, I think, and 19 minutes
30
in.
Oh, I don't have.
19
Oh, you know what? Let me see if I do have it.
Because I sent you some good
that
stuff.
one took a long time to download, so I didn't.
Because that's got some heat in it, and this gets tailed in there.
Okay. Well,
I like
I'm gonna play
heat.
something else in the meantime.
Yes, let's play something else.
Gay porn.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is that Vito guy.
This is Vito Jizzwally.
Yeah. And this
All right,
guy on the
question.
right, this guy on the right is one of the head writers over at Netflix.
I mean, he's a writer.
Okay,
at Netflix.
okay, cool. He's a writer at Netflix. Okay,
Yeah,
I was
let's get it
wrong.
right.
You don't
How
care if
many
you
of
get
the-
things right.
I 100% do.
No, you don't.
When
You
it comes
even
to
said it.
when it comes
He's
to my religion,
Shut up.
He's a head writer for Netflix. He just like writes everything.
he's
Netflix
a writer
makes.
on a Netflix project.
And he's the person that's rebooting Frasier.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Ooh.
He's
How
the
many
person
people
in
in this
charge of
crowd-
rebooting Frasier. And after this video got out there, he just disappeared. He deleted all his social media. And
I heard
this
his remains
video-
were found next to Brian Laundrie.
And this video has been flagged off of Twitter multiple times.
Yeah, this video
To try to hide this incident right
has
here.
been flagged as if you can own criminal activity in the news. No, this video does not belong to the public. It contains criminal activity. And like this Vito guy, he's gonna go to the police over this. He's being a bit of a shit about it. But I mean, whatever. It's his right. He did get attacked.
Well,
How many people in the crowd work for Netflix that are protesting right now?
A lot.
There's a lot of media people there too, as you can see. People holding cameras and mics. But after, watch what he does after he breaks the sign. What he says.
The N-word.
No.
My sign! Don't have free speech rights! Don't have free speech rights of all of you! Oh, look! There's such a violence! He's got a weapon!
He breaks his sign and then claims that the pole he's holding from his broken sign is a weapon.
Okay. I was on the side of free speech for most of that, but Johnny Frazier fucking turned it around at the end. I am all in on him now.
He's got
that
a
is
weapon!
Such a funny move.
Yeah.
That is so funny to make someone a weapon and then say they have a weapon.
Yeah. Let's just point
Hilarious.
out. Let's just
he
point
should
out.
be the head writer at Netflix.
Let's point out how quickly Vito got shut down. Brought a sign, said jokes are funny. This guy breaks his sign,
Smash.
turns it into a weapon. Reality is funnier than jokes.
That was very funny.
That was,
objectively.
very funny.
He's got a weapon! He's got a weapon!
Vito's like, he's got a weapon.
He's got a weapon!
And then the smallest man in the world. The smallest man in the world.
Billy, we don't know.
Be
That's a
careful.
man. That could be all kinds of things. It could
I
be
don't
a
know.
dog.
I think it's a small man. I could be wrong.
dog.
You could
I'm
be
gonna say,
wrong.
but you know
You're
what? I'm
getting
saying
canceled
big
right
dog.
now, actually.
I can't be canceled for
going
being
with-
wrong.
I'm going with big dog.
Okay, this gigantic dog blocks Vito off with what I think is the prayer strength of the Lord. They go into perfect prayer T pose. And like, I saw Vito on Tommy C's show, Shot from the Point, earlier today. Tommy C was like, you know where I come from? I couldn't have held back like that.
Yeah, I watched that too.
I would have hit somebody the second they started touching my
I just
property.
started killing transes.
And I'm different.
Is
Where
what
I
he
come
said,
from, I start making out with people. If you get in my personal space, that's consent. If you've got
It's
titties
time
to
for
grab,
kiss violence.
yeah, if you've got titties to grab, I'm gonna tweak the nips.
Oh, you want me to drop my weapon?
Yes.
Okay.
And leave.
There's my weapon.
We're not trying to have it.
But if I was Vito, what I would have probably done was still held the sign up without the sign on it and just pretended like nothing had happened. I think that would have been funny.
That person definitely has bosoms, so they're at least, you know.
Now who's getting canceled?
So you're saying that I was closer with dog than Billy was with man?
Yes.
Look. Are you talking about Vito and his bosoms?
No.
We're talking about Vito's jumbo.
Because Vito's got bigger bosoms than the man holding him back.
Vito's got a sweet rack. I'll give him that.
Yeah, Vito's got drunken titties.
Dave Chappelle is a funny guy. I love Dave. I don't know why all the violence.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That fucking thing in his face.
Yeah, this person with the tambourine sounds like the Wicked Witch of the West. Listen to their voice.
If someone ever shook a tambourine in my face, P.S. I almost just said tangerine, the acts of violence I would commit on them is just unfathomable.
Remember the little MAGA twerp that was at the protest and the black Hebrew Israelites were just calling him like all the gay slurs?
Yeah.
And he was standing up to them and like standing proud as a little twerp kid. And then the Native American man came with his fucking drum.
Like, didn't that...
Yes, we remember it.
But like, didn't that get switched? And it turns out like the people we thought were bad weren't on that one, that Covington Catholic one?
That's what he was
The Catholic kids, the kid was just like standing up for himself against the black Hebrew Israelites who were calling him like the F word, all the homo slurs.
Listen to this person though.
Really quick,
Okay.
I got to finish my well set up joke.
Of course.
We have the drummer that interrupted that kid. Now we have Tambourine Man. If we can get a guy with a guitar out to start getting in the alt-right's face, we got ourselves a band going.
We got a band, baby.
We got a band.
Tornado was a house.
I just love Dave Chappelle! Dave Chappelle!
Dave Chappelle's next special should just be about Vito and how he's like, I didn't need your help.
I'm good.
I can't take anyone seriously when they're yelling at you while shaking a tambourine. Like, it's not possible.
Yeah, I'm like, if you're that person with the tambourine and you don't look back at this footage and say like, what the fuck am I doing with my life? Then you are beyond help.
There's a fantastic photo of Vito with his chonking arms up in the air, and there's a tambourine ringed around his face perfectly. The photograph has him circled in, and he's like this, and the caption is like, violent, slur spewing anti-protester, and they make up all this stuff about him.
Yeah, every piece of media I've seen that's written characterizes him and Dick Masterson as these violent, horrible people that were screaming slurs, when in reality the slurs were being thrown at them and the violence happened against them. Yeah. And we saw what happened with him with the sign.
Vito had a weapon, let's be fair.
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
We saw what happened with him with the sign, and that's kind of like, that might be a battery, in all honesty. But Dick Masterson, hold on. Dick Masterson got pushed down and hit his head. And
really?
We'll see. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I didn't see that clip.
Yep.
They took my stick!
No, your sign. They took your sign.
A stick is a weapon. You be careful.
My sign. I need my poster.
Could you imagine having a weapon and not using it? Pussy.
Oh no, that person has drumsticks. That's two sticks. That's twice.
Yeah, that guy's got two weapons. Look at all these people shooting him with their cameras.
Yeah, here is... Okay, so in the background of this, you'll see Dick Masterson get pushed. You'll see his like hair, because he's got like long hair. And then I have a photo of that someone took of him on his way to hit his head on something. Here's...
Ashley Marie.
All right, so you can see him with the Dave is funny
Is
sign.
that Never Ending Nina?
I don't. Yeah, Never Ending Nina.
Never Ending Nina is
and
there.
And then I think, I don't know, is that Ashley somebody with the headdress on?
Ashley Simpson.
Yeah, and then I think the pink-haired human behind is a O'Hara, Eureka O'Hara from Drag
Scarlett
Race.
O'Hara.
From the Drag Race, the RuPaul's
I
Drag
thought it was
Race.
Scarlett O'Hara from Gone with the Wind.
No, I'm just trying to identify my trans.
All right, so
fellows.
watch Dick Masterson with the Dave is funny sign. He gets
organizing
pushed.
this wonderful event to hold people accountable.
There he goes.
Down goes Dave.
Applause for Ashley Marie Preston.
And he hit his head. Here's a still of it. It's the guy with the blue thing on his head.
Blue thing
It appears to
guy.
be a push. It looks pushy.
Man, it's nice when you wear
And
a
he looks
mask.
pushy.
It's weird how all the enlightened people are the ones that seem to do violence at
Exactly.
these protests.
Well, what they do is they build up this idea in their head that this person, because he's simply there, he's there to troll. Dick Masterson trolled Dr. Phil years ago. He wrote a book called Men Are Better Than Women just to get people pissed. So that's what he's doing. He's a provocateur.
And because he's a scientist and did the research, and it was clear
But
that
they've
men
built
were
up
better
in their
than
mind that anyone even joking about being against them are just, they're the worst people, so it justifies violent actions against them.
I think this is not even a provocateur move. This is like the move you make as a comedian that lives on the edge. You're
He was
standing
doing-
up for your beliefs,
They
though.
were having fun, though.
Of course,
until
that's
this
what comedy's about.
Yeah.
Like, but he's 100% standing up for what he believes in. When I think of a troll, I think of being disingenuous. And he's not being disingenuous. Actually, I don't believe that he thinks Dave Chappelle is funny.
I think he does.
Yeah.
So here's the long video. So
go to 19 minutes.
Is this where? Oh, that's where he admits who he is, right?
This is the guy. Yeah, 19 minutes. It'll start. It's a little fuzzy, and it gets better after 19. So we can go at 19.
Are we not at 19?
19 minutes. Yeah.
I think.
There you go.
Right there.
Yeah.
Joe Cristalli? And Joe Pasquale. Cristalli? How do I spell that?
So he introduces himself.
Joe Cristalli. And
Yeah.
And you can look him up.
Cool name.
That's the guy. He writes for Netflix, and he's responsible for the Frasier reboot. But he's the one who took Frasier out of Seattle. You know, in the Frasier reboot, it's not taking place in Seattle. That's why.
Where the fuck is it?
I thought this guy couldn't get any worse.
He's got a weapon.
This guy's a monster.
Yep. He's got a
I'm
weapon.
gonna toss his salad and scramble his eggs.
Honestly, that's such a bitch-made move to pull on somebody. And he was trying. I mean, what if they thought he did have a weapon and they tackled his ass to the ground? What if he got stomped?
Yeah.
You know?
Like a lot of people don't know this, but police kill white people too.
Right.
Ristalli.
How do I spell your first name, Joey? Is it with an E or not?
Joe.
Standard Joe.
So he's gonna get into this and talk about what he's there for, and then we're gonna see some things happen after his interview, and it's gonna take us through like a tour through the pre and the events leading up to their press conference.
So why are you out here today, Joe?
It's totally frozen.
Because
it'll stop in a minute. It's gonna take a while, so we just have to let it play.
There's a right to say what you want to, but you don't necessarily need to if you're not giving it context.
So there's a right to say what you want to, but you don't necessarily need to.
This guy did not watch it.
If you're not
because
giving
there's
it
so
context.
much context
You
in
don't
it.
need to, but you still can.
It's
And
layered
that's
with
the point.
context. The entire comedy show is layered to have context from beginning to end. This motherfucker didn't watch it. There's no doubt in my mind. And most people I know that have a problem with it didn't watch it, or they saw a couple clips
That's
of
what
it.
I was going to say. I just didn't know when to bring it up because I feel like it's a long talking point. How many of these motherfuckers, and I can call them motherfuckers, right? Because Chris Chan fucked her mother. Chris Chan is trans, and she fucked her mother.
No.
So how many of these motherfuckers, I'm sorry, I can't help myself sometimes.
Keep going.
Watched the special start to finish. How many of them? What
Single-digit
percentage? What are we talking
I
here?
guarantee.
But how
many of them watched 1 second of it, or are just going off of secondhand information?
A lot.
How many people? What percentage of people here are just going off the fact that they heard someone else say that Dave said out of context? I'm Team Turf, because that's what people are mad about, right?
Well, that's the talking point that keeps coming up, and they're like, "Oh, well, I don't need to know what happened, what else happened, because he said he was Team Turf." Where the
for those of you who who don't know what happened and the context of that, what he said was, if I was a woman and Caitlyn Jenner won Woman of the Year, noted murderer Caitlyn Jenner won Woman of the Year in her first year as a woman, I'd be Team TERF too. That was the joke.
Yeah.
And not a bad joke.
And he was saying it in jest, too. He called himself transphobic comedian
also,
Dave Chappelle.
It was a comedy show.
Yeah.
Wink, wink. And yeah, so there is context there. There's a story there. He compared it to what he'd been saying all along. He was like, it was easier for people to be accepted, men to women, than it was for Cassius Clay to change his name. There was layers and context to these jokes. And but this is the thing. We're gonna let their fear and their anger come in between our laughs. I think that's fair.
And I why someone's upset with what he said, but like that doesn't mean that he shouldn't be allowed to say things just because you don't like them.
And you know what? They have the right to walk out if they want. Netflix has the right to fire them if they walk out on the clock, which I don't think they'll do because that's a PR nightmare.
Yeah, so like, what's the goal of this protest? What do they want?
To get the show pulled ultimately, and then maybe other stuff
pulled from Netflix.
Yeah, they're gonna tell us a little bit of that a little further in this video. It really does go into the speaking points on this. Their
Netflix
side.
being such an enormous platform, it's sort of given license to people who don't happen to live in liberal cities and liberal.
There are other platforms as large, if not larger, than Netflix, and they'll take him. Someone will take him if Netflix got rid of him.
I hope WeChat takes him. I hope he goes to WeChat.
This line right here really speaks. He's saying it's giving license to people that don't live in to speak up. Listen to what he's saying.
I don't know what was he saying about the not liberal cities thing?
Listen. Go back 10 seconds. 20,
go back
10 seconds.
Who don't happen to live in liberal cities and liberal states, the confidence to make the kinds of jokes that Dave's making at people's expense with no real consequences, which feels unfortunate.
So Dave Chappelle is giving these people who don't live in liberal cities.
Racists are going to quote Dave Chappelle out of context. Is that what he's like?
They're giving them the confidence.
If they didn't live in a liberal city before, watching Dave Chappelle is not going to change their fucking opinions.
Also, they probably don't like black people, and they didn't watch Dave Chappelle's special.
No, I'm sure they did watch it.
Okay.
I'm sure they do.
We have a trans daughter, and I'm not completely worried about her in this state, in this city. But if we lived somewhere else, I'd be more terrified.
And it's all because of Dave Chappelle and his comedy.
And you're letting your fear.
I have never complained about coastal elite before because I am it myself. But holy shit, this guy.
Exactly. There's a big loss here where it's like you're letting a fear that you don't even experience make you angry enough to attack somebody. That's kind of...
If I took my trans daughter to rural Alabama, I'd be worried because of Dave Chappelle.
I also don't understand, like, how is removing Dave Chappelle going to change any of this? If anything, it's just going to make it worse.
Yeah.
I'm still terrified here of what's going to happen.
What do you think about Ted Sarandos did an interview yesterday, like sort of backtracking about things? What do you think about that?
It's a good start. I mean, it's a good start. I don't think anybody needs to be... What Dave says, I mean, if you watch the whole thing, he makes a lot of poignant, nice points. And you have, like, human moments in it. But it's just surrounded in just so much hate that...
That's the comedy part of it.
And it's not even...
it's not hate.
It's not hate. It's shining a light on the parts of this movement that are... not perfect.
Every South Park episode pokes fun at a serious issue, but there's a serious commentary hidden behind mocking the issue itself, and that's similar comedy to what Dave Chappelle does.
Yeah,
I don't understand why people can't.
And you
understand.
You also have to remember this entire special was driven by a friend that he lost to this backlash culture, this cancel culture backlash.
If you don't toe the line, it doesn't matter if you're trans. You get attacked too.
Yeah, so the whole thing was about a trans friend he had. So he was a person who had trans friends, so probably wasn't that transphobic in real life. And the story about the trans friend was that this trans friend defended Dave after, I think, his first Netflix special. And then the Twitter trans community made his trans friend kill herself.
Well, Dave didn't say that they made her kill himself, but he said 6 days after they attacked her, she killed herself, and he said it couldn't have helped.
Yeah. He was actually very diplomatic
kind
in how
about
he said
it.
it, but
he
stated the facts. He's like, this is what happened, and 6 days later she killed herself. Yeah. So you can do the math.
Yeah. So Dave Chappelle's comedy does lead to a violence against trans people.
With a middleman, with the middleman of trans people, yes.
Oh, Netflix, it'd be great if they either took it down or put some sort of warning in front of it that said, this is not good for impressionable people. This is not good for simple-minded people.
Netflix, not good for impressionable people. There is millions and millions of dollars of LGBTQ plus pro content. So the cuties shit, probably not good for impressionable people.
What aboutism,
Hey,
Billy? What aboutism?
Guys, let's leave cuties out of this. Cuties didn't hurt nobody.
They put so much money into every single corner to get your viewership on every realm. Dave Chappelle was given money.
I'm sorry for interrupting.
And he delivered a comedy special, and we're talking about it, and you want to cancel his words. I want to know exactly why. Because the violence I'm seeing is being perpetrated from you.
I mean, literally, we just watched them assault the guy and fucking
this
break his
guy
sign,
too,
and then tell everybody, "Oh, he's got a weapon."
Which again is funny. But you know what's not good for impressionable people? Nothing, because they're impressionable and they're stupid. Stop trying to cater to stupid people.
We have Skeptical Jesus. He's one of our chat mods. He disagrees with some of what we're saying. Not only did he say that this is undeniably Dave Chappelle's stand-up was undeniably transphobic, but also he kind of accused Scott of the "I have a black friend" fallacy.
As I was saying it, because I didn't want to say that makes it impossible for him to be transphobic, because you still can be. I'm just saying he is a person who is perfectly willing to have a trans friend and have a real human relationship with a trans person, and never seemed to have a problem with it in real life.
Now, Skeptical Jesus
there were jokes about it.
Skeptical Jesus says it's not hateful; it's just misinformed. Now, the misinformation you're bringing up, could it be because you're coming from a very coached, brainwashed perspective that is
Brian Laundried
perspective that is coming from a place where you are living in fear and anger and the backlash of a violence that is being perpetrated to drive you towards this cause? I want you to think a little bit about where you're coming from. I would have this conversation with you 100 times, 100 days straight, twice on Sunday. Let's talk about it. I want to talk about it. The best thing Dave Chappelle did is made people interested in talking about this. But I need to know, are you coming from a place of fear and anger where you're bouncing back from a boogeyman that is being curated to get you up and move for somebody's political push? Like where are we coming from here? Let's talk. What misinformation are you talking about? Because Dave Chappelle was telling stories, personal stories, some stuff that, yes, it's not coming from a place of the preferred driven talking points that the people here are talking about. But they're not the only side of the story. We live in a society, Joker.
Aren't going to be able to follow what the real attempt at subversive comedy is.
Okay, so right here, Skeptical Jesus says he made it abundantly clear that he doesn't get what gender is. And this is another thing Dave Chappelle said. How much of his... how much does he have to invest in your gender, right? That's where he's coming from. Well, he doesn't get what gender is because he doesn't have to, because he's a cis man who lives his life the way he lives it.
He doesn't understand the difference between sex and gender.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He got that wrong according to people who care about that. He doesn't care about that.
You can have sex. You can't have gender.
At the end of his comedy special, you know, he said that baby's father was a hell of a woman. And that's Dave Chappelle's perspective on gender. And if you don't agree with it, he can be wrong about that. That's fine. He was wrong. Take this point.
I'll take the other side. I'll take the other side, even if I don't agree with it. He was wrong. Okay?
Yeah.
Fucking live with it.
So now this is an opportunity.
A comedian was wrong.
This is opportunity for you and this gentleman here on the screen and everybody at this protest to get people their opinions on everything corrected. Right the wrong. Because you have the platform. People are listening to you right now. Because here's something.
This guy's taking the low road, though. You know, anyone who's there that doesn't toe the line, he's getting in their face. He's getting physical.
Yeah. But you have to understand that this opportunity is to teach us, and we want to listen. If we hear someone's actually hurting as human beings, we tend to listen up, care, and show some sort of want to heal that hurt, right? The problem is we're getting to a point where a lot of people don't believe you're really hurting. We believe that you are using your pain to inflict power upon other people. And that's where it gets uncomfortable. Because this damn protest with these stupid Dave is funny, jokes are funny signs that are so blatantly, obviously true and stupid to bring into this situation are being met with violence and attacks. That's the wrong way. Do better. You have the platform.
Anything, they're just fucking proving like the point that he was making about like they're the ones doing fucking harassment to people. It's like that's not okay. You can disagree with somebody without being violent.
Yeah.
And
it's almost like he could tell the future.
You can disagree and shut the fuck up. Why is that so hard? Why is it so hard for people sometimes to just shut the fuck up? I disagree with stuff a lot. And you know what? I disagree with it in my head, and then I go do a thing, a different thing, and I shut the fuck up about disagreeing, and everything's fine. Like this protest shouldn't exist. All of this discourse should be contained to Twitter, which, as Dave said in a special, isn't real and doesn't matter. Yep. That's it. This should all be contained to a place that isn't real.
You're from? Are you from Los Angeles?
I live here now, but I'm from Connecticut. I'm 35.
Okay, thank you very much, Joe.
Happy to.
Thank you.
Now, we can play this while they move through. It's just we're gonna get to a point where we go by Dick Masterson, and it's a very quick walkthrough. But Dick's hilarious. You can see him there in the back.
Oh yeah, I see him with his sign.
Yeah, we'll pay attention as they walk through because this gets really funny when he becomes an earshot.
It looks like there's reporters to protesters, like an equal ratio there. And then there's Dick Masterson. Sure. I heard on Tommy C, when Vito was on Tommy C, that there were TERFs there, a couple TERFs too.
Really?
Yeah.
TERFs for Dave.
All right, listen.
That's why I was asking, like, how many people here are actually Netflix employees protesting, and how many of them are there?
Yeah,
to
a
just,
lot of
like,
them. Most of them are
add fuel to the
Netflix
fucking fire?
employees that are showing up to show solidarity for the trans community, and there's trans people that we're going to hear from a little later in this video as well. Like I want to hear the trans people's concerns. I want to hear. I want to know. I want to know how I can help without giving up my right to laugh, because I'm not going to let your anger and fear stomp out my funny bone.
Well, that's the problem. There's no fucking room for compromise here. It's all, how do you compromise in your fucking feelings? Like, you can't. It's either my way or I'm just going to cry about it. And this is what we're seeing. They're crying about it.
Well, they're crying because
why can't they just stay home and cry about it? Is that
because they're conditioned? They're being conditioned to be loud and turn their anger and fear into political movement. And
it is. This is a bad example. We're setting a bad example here.
Really quick though, we have to listen to this. You're gonna miss it if you don't listen.
Welcome to my world,
when you guys are ready to listen, there's about 5 seconds where we gotta listen because it's so funny. Yeah, we missed it. Who cares?
We missed it?
Yeah, they're calling Dick Masterson like, you're white. He's like, I'm not even white.
He's not.
I did hear someone yell, I'm not white. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's talking about, he's like making dick jokes and stuff. He's just sitting there lolling the entire time in the crowd. So now we go further, and this is when we come up to the gentleman, or the gentle them that we almost played earlier. And then we move through. I'm pretty sure right here we get this interview. This is the clip that we were going to play earlier.
So, firstly, can I get your name on tape?
Yeah, my name is David Huggard. I'm a non-binary individual. I also go by the persona of Eureka O'Hara, which has been debuted on RuPaul's Drag Race, Season 9, 10, All-Star 6, and HBO's We're Here.
Okay, can I, the first thing you go...
Wow. Do they
and I would like more attention, even though I've already been on TV.
Yeah. Do they just have that memorized? Do you think that's like their media resume?
Oh, that's been practiced in the mirror every day.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to show people that you're official.
David, DAVID HUGGARD, and then Eureka, EUREKA OHARA.
Amazing. So, I mean, firstly, why is it so important to be out here today?
Yeah, no, it's important to be out here today because we have to stand in solidarity with each other. Obviously, Ashley Marie Preston is a great advocate and a huge sister of mine, also a trans woman. As a non-binary person, we as trans...
I hate when sentences start with as a.
As a?
Yeah.
Well, I when I first saw this, I thought this was Tim Dillon doing a character.
Like...
Oh, I wish it was Tim Dillon.
I like, because when they say that, they make it seem like whatever group they're identifying with agrees with them 100%, and that they're just like
you're
this
speaking
monolithic...
for your entire group, and also stating that somehow makes it more important.
Yeah, they're definitely speaking for their entire group here when they make this statement, whether their group agrees with them or not. They're standing like they are the focal point. They're talking to the media. They're becoming a beacon of their community. That's what they're doing. I go, oftentimes when I get interviewed by the news, I say, as a fat man, I would eat that.
People and non-binary people aren't getting visibility.
Or are you going to finish that?
People and non-binary people are not getting visibility, and I do want to say this quote: people and non-binary people are not getting visibility. I do want to say this. Interesting that they would say this moments after labeling all the credits they have on TV. That's very brave.
Not getting any visibility. Also, I'm on an extremely popular television show.
Very brave. Very
is
brave.
Literally, what's happening right now.
Or respect
you're on a fucking camera
in the entertainment industry to begin with, and to have something like Dave Chappelle's special not be noted that it's promoting discrimination and hate conversation is very hurtful to the activism and the cause that we're trying to progress ourselves in the industry.
See, I think that the most hurtful to the cause is the way you're acting towards people that have the slightest bit of resistance. You were treating fat shit Vito with his jokes are funny sign like he was actual Hitler. And I'll tell you this about Hitler. His joke's not that funny.
Not a funny guy. He had good presence and energy. I'll give him that. Hitler wasn't all bad guys, but not very funny.
Most people laughed at him behind his back. They're like, oh, that's Hitler. I think he has autism, and they would make fun of him. Not cool either way.
I mean, like they're accounting.
He did.
I want to know.
I got a question for our friend here. Is there any actual evidence that the special has been promoting hate conversation?
Yes,
or is that just the thing they've decided?
How is it promoting discrimination? I want to know that.
Yeah, is there some evidence
I
of
watched the special, and I don't recall the part where Dave Chappelle said, go out and discriminate against trans people, because I don't think that fucking happened.
That part.
Well,
honestly, I watched it last week, watching the whole time for like waiting to see what people were mad at, and then the special ended and it never came. So then I had to like go back and like do detective work and figure out what people were even mad about.
I think it was.
So that's how out of touch I am.
I think it was the Beyond Pussy line. A lot of people.
Beyond Pussy was good.
A lot of people are mad at Beet Juice.
The counter protesters are disheartening, and it's sad to see that they are using the expression of laughing in the faces of people's pain and hurt and suffering. And I don't think that they understand what they're doing, but they are promoting and causing hate conversation and also allowing people to think that it's okay.
Though?
What exactly is hate conversation in this context? Like, I don't understand what you're getting at.
I think it's a great. It's a great deflection. It's a great shield. If you call any resistance towards your cause or pointing out the flaws of your cause, it's now hate speech. I think it's been used quite a bit effectively by other groups as well.
To discriminate.
I don't think we're abiding enough by the burden of proof is on the prosecution. And this is the prosecution, and there's been no burden of proof on this.
I don't know, is hate conversation here like I wouldn't want to fuck this person on camera right now?
I wouldn't want to fuck this person on camera right now.
That is hate conversation, Magicus.
Wow.
Way to actually do it.
Wait till we get another $50 dono.
Okay, we?
True.
No, wait till we get another $50.
P.S. I would fuck this person for another $50 dono.
Against those trans
I've just been
and
informed
non-binary.
that Eureka O'Hara here left their season of Drag Race due to injury. I would like to follow up to the person who said that. Was it because they were too fat?
Individuals. I was also misgendered, disrespected by some of them, and it just shows that we are still working on growth. And it's my duty as a person not of color and as a non-binary individual to stand by specifically my trans
brothers. How can
brothers
you be misgendered if you're non-binary?
Well, I think that.
I mean, I guess you use any gender to describe them,
at
and
that
it's wrong.
point, at that point, you get twice the ability of being misgendered.
Oh, you can get mad at either one.
Yeah.
Between a color,
It's like
as a white
You know what?
person
I'm
with
going to
privilege,
envy this
because
up.
they need to know that there are people standing beside them when the people that are at the table in those powerful, responsible positions aren't showing that support and that respect.
And what do you think?
Those people that are in powerful positions not showing that support or that respect. So
I've been called a fat fuck before. Where's my fucking TV interview and like sympathy?
nobody cares about fat fucks, dumbass. People are doing Uncle Noms. They're running around doing fat face all the time, making fun of fats. You
I
see
know, right?
Gwyneth
How's that
Paltrow
okay?
in a goddamn shallow Hal fat suit. This is the modern day Al Jolson, and you know who cares? Martin Lawrence, yeah, Eddie Murphy. The fats have been paraded as clowns forever and will be forever. Orson Welles, yeah, he was actually a thin man.
Is there anything else on this
That was a
video?
suit. Yes.
Okay, because I have other stuff too.
Yeah.
Yes.
This goes into another speaker shortly after this.
Ted Sarandos did that interview with Variety, sort of like sort of backtracking somewhat.
You know, I always notice the backtrack, but at the same time, at least it's a start. It's a start of an apology. It's a start of a conversation saying that they're not going to put up with extended hate and discrimination at the benefit of others, specifically trans and non-binary individuals.
Well, thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thank you.
Thank you.
So this, I think this next lady is going to speak, and we'll move on after the beginning of her speech.
This person?
Yeah.
All right.
I just want to have all sides
Is
represented.
she a Sikh?
I don't think so. I think she just looks good.
It's not a fashion statement, it's a death wish? Okay.
So that's not, thank you. So, and I would have never been able to do those things had it not been for people on the outside of these institutions and structures who were advocating for my ability to advance. And so it feels great, but it feels more important to make sure that we leave the door open for those coming behind us. And so we do that by showing up in the way that we're showing up today.
And how do people follow up with you and your organization?
I'm sorry?
How do people reach you and follow up with you and or your organization?
Oh, I'm everywhere. I'm on social media, Ashley Marie Preston at Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. But today, really more than anything, I want people to follow up on the people that are doing the work. I'm not here to center myself and like my career and all of that. To be honest with you, the only reason
I've never heard of this person, so
Yeah, they're within their own community.
Why
They're-
I'm
they're
here,
a
just to be
figurehead in their
clear,
community.
is that the employees have actually been
Hey guys,
gagged.
remember
They
Kevin Joseph King? This is him
can't
now.
say anything.
Yeah.
They can't talk to press.
Y'all
They
see?
can't really. They have to be very careful because there
Y'all
are
see?
higher ups that are gunning for people, that are threatening people that if they leak anything,
Yeah,
if
so
they say.
this is the line here. She's saying the reason that they're protesting is because Netflix is threatening the community that supports LGBTQ inside Netflix. That if they leak any information, if they talk about the inner goings of Netflix, these people will be released. They will be let go.
that's
which is
true with any job.
It's pretty common,
like corporate job.
yeah, it's pretty common for you not to NDA.
Yeah, you sign an NDA with
I was
most
gonna say, if you've signed
real
an NDA,
jobs.
then it's just
Yeah.
legal.
So yeah, I think so. At this point in time, what they're saying is they don't agree with the direction of the company, and they're trying to leak inner documents that they don't agree with. And the problem there is if you want to leak inner documents from a company, you're only protected when it's against the law, right?
Right. Then you're a whistleblower.
Yeah, you get to protected by the Whistleblower Act. If it just goes against your personal belief, you are risking getting
sued
or fired. And if it does go
Sued,
through
fired,
if it does go through your
both.
if it doesn't go against your personal belief, then you should probably stop working for them and get a job somewhere else, and then go through the proper methods of championing against it. We had the guy that worked at Tesla, who got over $100 million from Tesla because they were treating him terribly, and he sued, and he went through the proper methods, and he got paid. You know,
got paid like $137
Yeah, they tried to make him
million.
have a baby with Grimes. It was disgusting.
Hot.
Anything, if they speak out of turn, then they're gone. They've already fired one person. They already tried to suspend another. So we've seen very clear examples of how honesty and straightforwardness and candor is rewarded with termination. It's rewarded.
When you've signed an NDA, you have to be very careful with your honesty and openness. Yes, that's corporate culture. Whether you agree with it or not, I mean, I don't necessarily agree with it, but you signed the fucking contract. You made the deal with the devil.
Yeah, I mean, almost every job you get, they make you sign something, and it is an NDA. If you've ever had to put your signature down when you first get hired for a job, you just signed an NDA. Yeah. More than likely.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's a very antiquated thing, and like we really shouldn't be calling it an NDA anymore. Like maybe an African American DA. But I think it's harsh to call it.
With the threat of your ability to survive in your livelihood. And so the only reason why I'm using my platform to
bring a lawsuit. That's all I'm saying.
Speak about this
like,
is
if it's
because
that bad, then you should be able to sue them and win.
No, there's no lawsuit. There's no way. I don't think any. I couldn't think of a lawyer that would honestly take on a case like that to sue Netflix for Dave Chappelle.
What about an old-timey Southern lawyer?
Well, no,
what if I was wearing a white seersucker suit?
If behind the scenes Netflix really is this like transphobic, awful company.
Well, yeah,
but
that would have nothing to do with, the
And if they are, I hope that the trans community rallies behind the whistleblower and gets some payment out of this. The same way the guy got payment out of Tesla.
Yeah, absolutely. If you have evidence of something like that going on, please, by all means, bring it forward. But, don't just fucking make veiled implications and then just never fucking produce anything to back up your assertion. So...
Yeah, or maybe it's just a kind of regular workplace, and it's a workplace that runs a streaming video service, and one of the things they streamed was a comedy special by a famous comedian, and he told a trans joke. The end.
Yeah, there's a clip where they have the official press meeting kind of start, and this woman starts talking, and she says, she's not out here to cancel Dave Chappelle. But then she goes on to call for the canceling of Dave Chappelle in the same line. And earlier we had the other them that said, we need visibility, or there's not visibility, and after mentioning off all their visibility that they've their credits to television programs, it seems like there's a lot of doublespeak here. And just as a casual trans fan, it confuses me.
A CTF.
Yeah, it confuses me.
Is there any more on this? Or
we could go on forever with this video. It's full of enlightening political point of views from each side. I feel like we've given justice to both sides. We saw Fat Vito. We saw Dick Masterson get a massive fucking head injury, and we talked to the attacker, and we saw the other representatives, the higher up representatives of the community. So I feel like we did our fair and balanced reporting on this one.
We heard that Frazier is moving to L.A. What the fuck?
Yeah, that's...
It doesn't pass my smell test here. They have that many...
Gotta play videos sometimes, Magic is. All right, I have a few more.
This is sick.
Hold on, we already.
Do you see this white supremacist?
This is. This is hilarious what he says up here. This guy's actually really funny. I didn't know who he was before this happened, but he's actually pretty funny.
Jokes are funny! Jokes are funny! Woo! Dave's a very funny guy. I like his jokes. I like Dave. I like Dave. I like him. I like his jokes. I'm in charge of the protest now. I'm in charge. Black Lives Matter!
And then, yeah, so they come up to him and start chanting Black Lives Matter, and he joins in with them.
He's like, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, what does that have to do with...
Also, jokes are funny.
Yeah.
Black Lives Matter! Black Lives Matter!
Did these guys know that Dave Chappelle is black? That his life
Apparently
matters?
not.
Is that on the table?
Yeah, someone said it looked like a bunch of white people protesting a black comedian.
Yeah, there were a lot
kind of is. Kind of is. Which actually is something that figures very heavily into his special, if you assholes even watched it.
There are some memes coming out of this, too. I love this one. This one is great.
He's got a weapon! He's got a weapon! He's got a weapon!
Now, you know Fat Shit Vito couldn't do that in real life.
How do you know?
I know Fat Shit Vito couldn't do that in real life. Very few fat shits could pull that off.
artist.
Like me, definitely. Vito, no.
Sure.
I could pull that off.
Fair.
And what is... here's another one.
3, 2, 1, it's jam.
Yeah, this was on his wife's Instagram before she privated it. He deleted all of his shit.
That's what you get for getting married, Joe.
And she privated it. Like, I don't know. That he must be concerned about something that happened there.
Of course, he committed a fucking crime. Vito said he was going to the cops.
Yeah.
Dave says he's going to the... Dick said he's going to the cops. Dave Chappelle not going to go to the cops because Dave
Not
Chappelle
going to
is
the
a
cops 'cause he has
down-ass
better
motherfucker.
things to do.
Dave Chappelle's down.
He's got a weapon! I'm just here to say that jokes are funny, people. Dave Chappelle's a funny guy. I love Dave. No,
I love that. Oh God.
Hey, Mr.
I know Dave said in the
Man.
special. Dave said in the special that was his last special for a while. But if he was smart, he'd do another one pretty quick because it would be the most watched thing in the history of Netflix.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, see, that was Dave's last special because now all the activists are special.
It's true. I do like lighting the bomb and then walking away. I respect that move as well. And also, it should be noted that everyone on both sides of the protest, just everyone there, was there at midday on a weekday, and none of them have jobs.
Well, they all have jobs at Netflix.
Well,
Yeah,
the
well,
Netflix
they might not
ones.
have-
all the allies had nothing better to do.
There was a retraction.
Yeah, because they put up a post claiming that he was using profanities.
Literally Hitler.
and this in their correction, they said correct caption to remove reference to Jizwaldy using profanities, which he did not do at the moment the image was made. Yeah, he didn't do the entire fucking. There's no video of him using profanities.
No, he's just saying jokes are funny.
That he likes jokes.
Yeah.
He went
likes
from
jokes.
he went from saying jokes are funny, Dave is funny, to just parroting all the protesters' chants and chanting with them. All he did.
Yes,
Which-
he
but
literally
they say-
chanted Black Lives Matter.
Which they say, which he did not at the moment the image was made. What they should have said, which there is no proof that he did at all. But because
also removes reference to protesters being peaceful because one protester destroyed his sign.
Yeah, and
what
another
about the
protester-
guy who just fucking like hamburgered Dick
So
Masterson?
if here's a serious question. If you are attacked by a Netflix employee on Netflix property, is there
Kill him.
a case against Netflix?
Ooh, interesting.
Yeah.
probably,
Good
yeah.
idea.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dick
If it's on the
Masterson
property, probably
might have
absolutely, yeah,
a
actually.
case against Netflix.
Especially
in court.
when you're only there to cheer on a show that you watched on Netflix.
He's already
Yes,
taken.
I watched the Dave Chappelle special on Netflix, and it made me remember that jokes are funny. Here's my sign.
This was earlier because he got DMCA'd for the footage of
For a video
them-
of him getting assaulted.
Yeah. So that's kind of sketchy too, right? I mean,
Of course.
It is.
They don't want this to get out because it's video of somebody committing a crime. One of their allies. And this sucks. You should not be doing this.
Yeah, I mean,
and like I wanna be on Fat Tits Vito's side, like in spirit I am, but I can't get past breaking someone's sign and then yelling he's got a weapon.
Yeah.
It's
But he
so
wasn't
funny.
trying to be
It's
funny,
so
though.
funny.
It was so funny.
He was
I
trying to
know,
be
but
a
it
piece of
ended
shit.
Up so funny. I'm Team Joker style.
I'm gonna
move Frazier to LA. I'll support it.
I'm gonna kick somebody's leg out so they have a bone spur popping out. I'm gonna point to the pointy bone spur, the sharp shard of bone, and say, "He's got a weapon! He's got a weapon!
He's gonna stab me!
He's gonna stab me with his protruding bone shard!"
Yeah, so this was something earlier. Here's a picture of LAPD having a conversation with one of the transphobic counter demonstrators
Oh man,
today
is Dick
outside of
Masterson a
Netflix.
transform?
He is. He's more than meets the eye.
No, not just transphobic, not just transformer. Cops in the Klan go hand in hand.
Holy shit.
Oh, nice. That's
Dick-
really taking it. Oh, thanks, YouTube fact check.
They're over here-
Oh, sorry, they're fact checking that.
They're
Yes.
over here
Yeah,
calling
correct.
out Dick Master Race.
But they only
man.
said he's not a transphobe. They didn't say that he's not in the Klan.
They didn't necessarily say he's not in the Klan.
Yeah.
Dick's real name is not Dick Masterson. He has a very Hispanic name.
Yeah,
So
he-
that's why he was saying I'm not white.
Yeah, he's not white.
Well,
But-
now I'm definitely against him. I'm on Team Netflix.
Yeah, cops and the Klan go hand in hand. Look, if you've ever talked to the police before, how are you alive? 1, 2.
Yeah, tell us your secrets.
Yeah, please,
All right,
please.
It doesn't matter what fucking color your skin is. Don't talk to the police because it can't help you.
I talk to the police all the time because I think I'm smarter than them.
There's nothing you can say to a cop that's going to improve your situation no matter what.
That's categorically false.
No, that is categorically
any lawyer. Any lawyer would tell you never talk to the police.
Yeah, that's what they tell chudhead dumbnuts.
See, Billy's narcissism will be his downfall. He actually believes in his own intellectual superiority.
I'm too smart for that.
When I had to go to court for jaywalking playing Pokemon Go, I fought the law and I won.
He always uses this as an example. He disputed
jaywalking.
He disputed a jaywalking ticket. Now he thinks he's fucking Perry Mason.
I am.
You're not.
William the Refrigerator Perry
Are we
Mason.
talking old Raymond Burr or new with Matthew Rhys on HBO streaming now?
Interesting. You know that Matthew
That's right.
Rhys
I worked
one?
for Perry Mason.
That Matthew Rhys one starts out with like a Fatty Arbuckle scene.
Yeah, there's nude Fatty Arbuckle and a dead baby on a cable car.
I love it.
Good ass show.
I only saw the first 10 minutes and I was like, this is enough.
Guys, this is a Perry Mason podcast now.
Yeah. Yes. Dad out.
So the only thing I have left on the Dave Chappelle stuff is the clip. Should I play the clip?
I think we can. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll try.
We'll pause it here and there as we comment on it.
All right. Here it is.
Any of you who've ever watched me know that I have never had a problem with transgender people.
So he's saying he's never had a problem with transgender people.
He's lying. He's lying.
This is the most important part of the entire special, by the way.
And this right here is where I start to lose respect for Dave Chappelle.
Oh.
If you listen to what I'm saying.
No further questions.
Yeah.
Clearly, my problem has always been with white people.
Yeah, when he left his HBO or his Comedy Central show, he said he left because he would run into white people that were laughing at his jokes.
Bitch.
They would laugh at his jokes from a place that he didn't think they should be laughing at, and that really got to him. He was like, these white people are laughing at these jokes I'm making about my community in a way that I think is uncomfortable. You know, like I'm feeding this this racist crowd.
I do want to point out though that he lives among like 100% white people.
He doesn't hate white people.
He's like the black person in the little town that he lives. He's like what the richest guy in that little town is the only black person in that fucking town.
But yeah, but
seriously,
he doesn't
like
hate
Tulsa in the 20s.
He doesn't hate white people. He hates feeding into this this commonly white reaction to his culture. You know, he just doesn't like that. And you can't say that Dave Chappelle is against white people. Dave Chappelle's not saying he's against white people. He's saying he's against these actions that seem to be commonly amongst white people. And as a white person, fuck you, Dave.
I think you should shut up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everyone, please like the stream if you haven't already. Let's get those likes up. Also, follow us on Twitter. Join our Discord if you want to. We always post when we're streaming because YouTube isn't reliable, so we use all of our social media to let you know when we're streaming and what we're doing. So if you like watching, please do that also.
How come there weren't protests by white people about that comment?
Because white people, they waste their protests on other shit. They're like 5G QAnon.
Yeah, the type of white people that would show up to protest that. You know,
you can tell you're the master race when your protesting is focused on Wi-Fi.
Is it the most insane shit?
Yeah, you're like, the internet is gonna kill us. What?
Yeah.
What? You're so privileged.
Arguing with the whites my entire career. And just when I thought I had you guys on the ropes.
Now this is where the
Disgusting.
I'm Team Turf comment gets laid out. Okay? Because what he's explaining right now is his personal perspective on how a TERF woman could feel put off by a trans woman coming in and taking their spot in the fight. And this is his opinion. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but this is where we have to listen because this is the context that you were clamoring over earlier.
Changed all the rules. Oh, yeah? Yeah, motherfucker. Well, I'm a girl now, nigger, and you must treat me as such.
Good joke.
Call me a girl, nigger.
So what he's saying is that
I've just been saying that to myself around the house. It's a very funny line.
What he's saying is this is how he feels when trans people push against him. He feels like they're talking down to him from a place of privilege and forcing him to assimilate to their viewpoint.
Also, in this, he makes fun of white people from Michigan in this special. This is why I think it's the all-time greatest
so that
comedy
won
special.
over your heart.
Oh,
for
fuck
sure.
yeah. Yes.
It's annoying as fuck. No. Go back tonight after the show. Watch every special I did on Netflix. Listen to everything I ever said about that community. I'll go through them. I said, how much do I have to participate in your self-image?
How much do I have to participate in your self-image?
Is a very that's not and I think what the problem some people have is that I think the only legitimate criticism of this special is that some of it's not comedy. Like he's had much jokier specials, but man, what a pertinent line. How much do I have to participate in your self-image? Like that did he fucking nail that. It's not a joke, but it's important.
Not all jokes are funny.
Yeah.
I said, you shouldn't discuss this in front of black people. I said, I know niggas in Brooklyn that wear high heels just to feel safe.
Now, I know people in Brooklyn that wear high heels just to feel safe.
I don't think that's exactly what he said. Would you care to quote him?
He said, I know people in Brooklyn who wear high heels just to feel safe.
Now my problem is that I'm not one of those people in Brooklyn, so I have to wear blackface and high heels to feel safe.
See, I want to know the depth of that line. What do you guys think the depth of that line is?
I don't know. I don't know exactly what he means.
I know somebody that does that.
Like someone that's a cross-dresser?
What I believe he's claiming there is that people in Brooklyn wear high heels because then people will leave them alone and think they're not part of the other side of the tracks. You know, where you're like where you're in I don't want to say like the gang life, but very much the gang life type of thing, where you're a street dude. And what I picked up here is there's these dudes that are putting on high heels just so like, oh, he ain't street, he's gay, you know, and they'll leave him alone. We don't
I think it's part of that. I think it's part of commenting on that, at least in Brooklyn, probably definitely not in some other place in the U.S., that no one's going. Someone would be scared to say something to or offend or obviously do something physical to someone they view as a trans person.
Okay,
there's part of that, and also we could be both entirely wrong. And that it's about tall privilege, and that the high heels raise them up, and now you're 6'3", and no one's gonna fuck.
I
with
would
that.
tend to believe that. Yeah.
High heels raise them up figuratively and literally.
Yeah.
Why is it easier for Bruce Jenner to change his gender than it is for Cassius Clay to change his name?
Well, there's about 30 years difference in that one too, but good punchline there.
Yeah. If you listen to what I'm saying, I'm not even talking about them. I'm talking about us, and they don't listen.
They always be talking.
But yeah, they don't listen because they are coming from a place of anger and fear.
It's a cornered animal mentality.
Yes. They feel like everything going on in their life right now is survival instinct mentality. And that's when you start making moves that are irrational, like breaking a sign that says jokes are funny. And
then yelling he's got a weapon, which is pretty funny.
Reality is funnier than jokes most of the time. I didn't think Vito did a very funny thing, but I don't think like what he was saying was inherently comedic genius. He put himself in a situation that was very funny, and he played it out perfectly for what it was. But like he was never like terribly quick-witted, you know. He just the crowd would say one thing trying to chant over him, he'd chant with them. That was smart. That was simple. The jokes can be very simple and very funny.
All right, moving on. Check out this video. It's some robbers getting disarmed.
There's a man in the grocery store. He's got a chicken sandwich in a plate. Whoa.
Tight.
Look at this guy go all John Cena.
That guy's special ops.
Whop. Bop.
Grab.
Drop. Yeah, so I guess he was just getting his Kentucky Fried Chicken biscuit to go order from the local Baldi's, and
what?
Yeah.
And then they came in trying to rob the store, and he happened to be a Marine. Went into his instincts, disarmed the guys.
Was he the Marine starring John China?
No, I think he was the Marine starring
Michael Mizanin?
Ken Kennedy.
Ken Kennedy.
I mean, that was a pretty stupid move, to be honest, because like he could have got shot doing that.
He definitely could have got shot. That was a balls out move.
Yeah, that's stupid. Like you can get shot not doing it too. Like he's putting the power in his own hands. If he gets shot, he gets shot. Do I think most people should do that? Hell no. Most of you are weak as hell. He's trained. He's got hand-to-hand combat training. Let him do his thing.
He's a tier 1 operator.
Somebody walking in to steal like $100 out of the register is probably not looking to add murder to their fucking rap sheet.
You don't know that. You bring a gun.
Start attacking them when they have the gun.
I've killed someone for less than $100.
You bring a gun into my place of Slurpee, and you've declared war.
My POS.
Yes.
Place of Slurpee.
Yeah, you don't bring a gun into my place of Slurpee.
Don't bring a Slurpee to a gun.
Would I have done the same thing? No, because I'm not a Marine. I would have opened my mouth like this, put my mouth around the barrel of the gun, and said, "Fuck me till I come, Daddy." That's what I would have done.
I thought you were going to go Kirby and open your mouth that wide and then suck in the gun and then gain gun powers.
I wish I had gun powers like Kirby. That would be lit.
Let's check out the Streamlabs. Just a reminder to everyone, looks like we need $23, right?
We need $22.58.
$22.58. Hey, there we go.
Now, Mr. Captain Snack says, Dave doesn't hate trans people, white people, black people, brown people, CMYK people. Is that like a K-pop band? Or RGB people. Dave hates no one. He dislikes stupidity, hatred, and discrimination for fuck.
Facts.
I think Dave wrote this from a place of remembrance for his friend who spoke out for him about his last special, and he saw a community attack with vitriol, with the most venom responses, attack his friend, and the last 6 days of their life was spent standing tall against angry, cancel culture human beings, and then they killed themselves.
Before they couldn't take it anymore.
We don't know if that's why, but you know the last week of their life was mired in
the last week sucked.
Yeah, the last week was mired in these people who are saying that they don't like violence against trans people being vitriolic, hazardous human beings towards a trans person.
Yeah.
The problem I see here is these people are brainwashed to react in a place of fear and anger. They're Brian Laundried to react from a place of fear and anger. And that's causing them to commit acts of violence against people who do not deserve these acts of violence. They're committing heinous verbal and physical attacks because they feel they are in fear for their life. Somebody is telling you to use your fear and anger to push their political agenda, And I don't believe in that. From my place of privilege, and God knows, as a morbidly obese man that is oppressed by a fucking hill, okay?
As a fat man.
I'm
Gravity's
oppressed
against us every day.
I'm oppressed by gravity itself. I can say from a place of privilege, I do not think you should be living your life from a perspective of fear and anger to the point where you let rational thinking fall to the side. If I'm wrong...
Also, it doesn't seem fun to live your life in fear and anger.
Oh, these people don't want
fun? You would
fun?
be shocked what lightening up a bit can do for your quality of life.
This is what's sick to me. These are supposed to be the sexually progressive people. You should be all about fun. If you're about hot
living
new
your
sex,
hedonistic, deliciously decadent lifestyles.
If your legs are as open as your mind, if your butthole is as split as your personalities,
as prolapsed as your ideas.
Yes, exactly. You should be the funnest motherfucker in the room. Comedy should take second to your sexually progressive lifestyle. And somehow it's not. That scares me.
You're just making your own life worse.
You know how many types of sex I like to have? Not gay sex.
3.
Yeah, there's 3. There's straight dominant sex. There's abusive punch sex where I hit things I fuck, and then there's cuddle. There's cuddle while crying sex. That's all I'm limited to.
Things that he fucks because he doesn't see them as people.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't.
Magicus, if you saw them, they're not people.
I don't want to treat objects as women or vice versa. I'm not a fleshlight type of guy. That being said, I do support fleshlight. I think they're great. If you can't get a woman, you should buy one and fuck it and keep your grubby hands off non-consenting individuals. Third, as a male, I'm going to say this: you should never buy condoms. If a woman is planning to consent, she'll have them on her.
That is her job.
Exactly. Okay. It goes against decent consent, the consent decency for a man to buy condoms. Don't. If she doesn't have them, she didn't want to fuck you, and you shouldn't make her fuck you. Just talk her in the head.
It is not the man's job to buy condoms. If the woman doesn't have condoms, then just rob her.
I'm saying buying condoms as a man is a little rapey. That's all I'm saying.
Little rapey. Little rapey.
Yeah. But long story short, guys, I forgot what I was talking about.
I think you were trying to tell people how they could end up with a kid in the morning that they don't necessarily.
I think you were trying to tell trans people how to live their lives.
Nothing about a kid. If the woman didn't show up prepared with condoms, she didn't plan on having sex. Men should never buy condoms. If
birth control is not a man's job.
How do we get onto this subject?
Because
but I'm
because I'm a feminist.
I'm a yes and kind of guy.
I'm a feminist. That's why.
We're gonna move on to something else. Here we go.
Please disappear. Please disappear. Please disappear. Please disappear.
God damn it.
What is this?
So we went by.
Someone sent this to me on Twitter earlier.
Someone sent this to me on Twitter.
Yeah, and it's weird. I don't know where he is. It almost looks like he's somewhere in Asia, but
it's got to be Japan.
It's like, yeah, it's this crazy wrestling event. Check this out.
And somehow ended up here.
Oh yeah, I saw this last week and couldn't find the full clip.
They have giant belts.
Well, yeah, because they have giant
I'm coming
waists.
for that belt, motherfucker. I'm coming for that.
Do you think you have to go like saber-tooth tiger, right?
Yeah, I'll go saber-tooth tiger. I'll fight a Pachycephalosaurus. I don't care.
What would it be, saber-tooth that would have been around during their time, or is that not quite?
I don't know if that was
not even close.
Yeah.
Well, they're not around during our time.
There weren't mammals.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I forgot about the time.
I forgot about the lack of mammals.
The after-match
hundreds
interview.
of millions of years of disgusting scalies. It was not the age of the furries yet.
Here is actually I don't even know what this is.
Bon appetit. Oh wait, what a presentation!
Wow. So we're here to taste
So
your treats.
this is
I would
a new show.
Oh my god!
On Peacock, it's Snoop Doggy Dogg.
I'm probably gonna have to cut this out of the video
Just
later.
watch it second by second.
Yeah,
And
that'd be fine.
convicted felon Martha Stewart.
And convicted felon Martha Stewart.
is.
And they're tasting delicious Halloween treats, and it's cute as hell. This is like more Snoop Dogg and Martha Stewart in my future, please.
Can we agree? Oh, Martha and Snoop have done like 4 shows together. P.S.
Yeah, they have.
But can we? Yeah, they've done a ton. Can we talk about the fact that in the bottom right there, Peacocktober is gross, and that they shouldn't call it that?
Or they should spell P correctly.
Peacock.
Yeah, P-E-E, first of all.
Can we just call it Pisscocktober, please?
Pisscocktober.
We're all adults here. We want to eat our candy and say piss words.
We at NBC would like you to celebrate Pisscocktober with us.
Uh-oh.
start with the golden chocolate tooth.
It's gold chocolate with Kopi Luwak coffee.
Looking good, Martha.
Look at these teeth. They're little candies, right? They look they're white chocolate bonbons filled with Kopi Luwak ganache and chocolate crisp.
Yeah, I would try those. That sounds good.
Yeah.
I'd eat a tooth. You know what? I'd try a regular tooth. Did you know that teeth are digestible? You can eat teeth.
They actually have
I don't recommend you do it, but you can.
They have a third host.
Don't tell me to
who's
live my
gonna-
life.
They have a third host who's going to come in and talk. It's actually George Takei's clone.
Oh my!
Oh, coated in a little bit of white chocolate, but then a nice dark chocolate crisp in the center.
To make you feel like maybe you broke a tooth.
So the candy, when you bite into it, it's the sensation of breaking a tooth.
You're not selling me on this all of a sudden.
That's what I look for in a dessert. What is Snoop wearing? He's got Batman. Oh, does he have a dog nose? Is he Dog Man?
I think he's Bat Dog. Bat
'Cause he's
Doggy
Snoop
Dog.
Bat Dog.
Bat Doggy Dog.
Hey, something cracked. Whoa! As soon as I bit it, it cracked like my tooth.
And then this is the bit, like you watch this and you're like, oh, I don't want to eat a candy that cracks my fucking tooth.
Right.
Fair.
But you'd be wrong because listen to their comments.
Oh, you can sell this.
You can sell this.
Tastes like fine candy.
Yes.
Something that you would get on Madison Avenue.
Wow.
I like the coffee.
Why
The chocolate
was
is
that
really
a
nice.
to the camera take? Something you get on Madison.
Yeah, I think
Avenue.
that they're investing in these people and are promoting their candies on Madison Avenue now. And then here comes clone George Takei.
Nice, because the bitterness.
Nice.
You know about Kopi Luwak, Snoop?
No, I don't. Tell me.
A little weasel eats the coffee cherry.
George Takei's like 90 years old.
Oh,
Though.
it's the civet
and
poo
then it's
coffee.
collected, cleaned, and then we roast it.
So we just ate roasted.
But it's the most expensive coffee in the world.
It is the most expensive.
Oh, it's the poop coffee.
Yes, Ben.
It's the
It's
civet
the
poo
poof
coffee.
coffee.
Also, it's not a little weasel, dude. It's called the civet.
Yeah,
Remember
civet.
Some fucking
civet,
If you
civet rights,
produce 4
please.
buttholes worth of coffee, it'll pay for itself.
It's more like a cat than
It's
a weasel,
well,
but it's
Billy
kind
the
of
Fridge.
somewhere in
It's a
between.
buttload of coffee. Thank you for that quote, Magicus.
Yes.
So it was
It's considered filiform.
Yeah.
That is interesting. So it's shit coffee, and they're like, "Man, this is so good."
The ganache inside is made from shit coffee.
I would drink the
I
shit
got
coffee.
to eat shit and break my teeth.
Yes, that's literally what they're
What a
doing.
day.
They're eating shitted out coffee beans in a ganache and breaking their teeth. The sensation of breaking their teeth. And Martha S. Stewart is saying, "You can get this on Madison Avenue."
Madison Avenue.
That's crazy.
Yeah, well, I guarantee you the shit coffee tastes good.
Well, it's the most
I
expensive
want to
coffee.
try it.
Yeah, I want to try.
I'm a
I must
coffee
be
guy,
the only
and
person
I
that
wanna try that
doesn't
shit.
want to put shit coffee in my mouth.
The only place
Ow.
I've seen it is at like steakhouses where you get like a $200 to $400 to $500 steak, on the menu.
Yeah.
It's one of those kind of places.
You know what? I'm gonna look it up. You guys keep talking.
It's expensive. I looked it up. It's very expensive to like even order online.
It's like $130 to get a cup.
Yeah.
When you're in a cafe that serves it or a steakhouse that serves it.
And California weed is kick-ass fucking weed. This is weed that even Jamaicans go, oh, don't smoke that weed, man.
I've decided to put Egghead up against Digby the Goat for the
Actual Mania.
at Actual Mania for the Cringerweight title. Digby the Goat. There was a time where, Egghead in 2018, Egghead wasn't really around. We had Digby, and Digby was kind of a cringy guy. He poured ranch dressing all over his face.
Yes.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, yeah.
The return of Digby.
It's California catatonic. It's the type of weed you hit it and it's like, fuck.
But Digby actually had a channel with like 200,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
And I think he quit, though. He told me he quit yesterday.
Oh, he quit again?
Coward-ass
Oh, has he quit before?
I don't know. Is he back?
I don't think he's back on YouTube. No, he
Oh.
was in our Discord yesterday.
Oh.
I'm not doing something. What is it? All right, breathe.
I just see this is the problem.
I hate
Egghead, you're a good person, but all these jokes, you stole this from. I think Robin Williams did this. All these jokes.
Did he steal this from? Is this stolen?
He lifted
This isn't
all
his
these
material?
jokes from a Robin Williams set.
I have no good explanation for why. It's just it's what I feel viscerally in my gut, because there's no logical reason it should feel to me like Egghead lip syncing Robin Williams is racist, but it feels racist to me. Like I feel angry at him for doing it, like I would a vitriolic racist.
Yeah, you're appropriating suicide
wrong?
culture, Egghead.
Something about it is very upsetting to me on a base level.
And you get so stoned, you end up sitting on your couch for a week to the point where your cat's going, get up, you asshole!
DJ Cryptos Rock is calling plagiarism.
That is a nice piece of wordplay.
That's a
Brad.
banger.
Very nice.
I'll say the cat right here is the best part of this whole thing.
Eating my own shit for the last 2 days!
Someone call the ASPCA.
Yeah, guys, can we start a campaign to save that cat?
I know Mello, but this
I
is
will
fucking
rescue that
ridiculous!
Don't go near the bathtub, kitty.
No.
Egghead, I want to see.
His eyes looked like they were screaming.
You know what? Egghead, I want to see what your current bathtub looks like, because I know you moved.
Show us your tub.
He's living there for 2 months.
That's an instant
Oh, dude,
victory
wouldn't it
for
be
Ashton.
hilarious if it was all dirty already?
Like if he just likes it like that, he decorates it that way. He's like, moving into the new place, I'm going to have to let 17 boxes of Cocoa Puffs marinate in my bathtub with soured milk.
You do a 17-second of that video of that tub, like you instantly win. There's not even a question.
Yeah.
And if they legalize it, they're going to have to regulate it, and they're going to have to put a warning on a box of joints. It's going to have to say, Surgeon General has determined this will make your music awesome. Even Yanni.
I used to think Robin Williams was funny. Now I think Robin Williams is dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it. Have you seen the thing going around about some actor like doing an impression of him, and everyone's like, they have to put him in the biopic.
Well,
Robin
he was
Williams. I'm
he
like,
was screen
it's just
testing
a
for the
fucking
biopic.
Theater geek. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he was doing a screen test probably for a Lifetime movie, to be honest. It looked like the production of a Lifetime movie. And the scene was him when he learned the news of John Belushi's
Finding out
passing.
John Belushi died.
Yeah.
It's so fucking melodramatic.
You know, the only reason I can remember John Belushi's name is because of Life According to Jim. Like, I'm like, Jim Belushi is his brother.
Normally it's the opposite. Normally
John
people
wasn't
know,
on According to Jim.
Yeah.
That's how you remember.
People normally look at Jim as John's brother, even though John has been dead for like 30,
Growing up,
40 years.
he was always referred to as Belushi. And then when I got old enough to know Belushi and his work, Life According to Jim was a thing. So I was like, oh, which Belushi was he? Oh, it's Jim. Jim is from Life According to Jim. So John Belushi.
And John Belushi was from Blues Brothers and Animal House.
I know where
and
he's
good
from.
movies,
Yeah, but
and not shitty sitcoms.
Of course, but I only know of him as Belushi. People would say
Is
Belushi.
that anyone else's fault but yours?
I'm only giving a personal anecdote of how I have to remember John as John.
You're living your truth.
Thank you. I would love for you to respect my truth and my experiences.
So cunning and brave, Billy.
Thank you.
Billy, are you coming at the Belushis from a place of fear and anger?
Yes.
Okay.
I think I unplugged my headset or something.
Did you?
It's better now.
Okay. Does it have a short?
Everybody went quiet. It's got a long in it. That's
Billy's
what she
got a
said.
short.
That's what's definitely what's up. No, I have
Billy
a good
is
sized penis.
I didn't say penis. I said height. I think you've got a thick hog and are 5 foot 4.
I'm very tall. All right. I'm very tall.
Let's be clear. I am very tall.
Yeah.
That's the funniest thing he said all night.
Now that's a joke.
I've been on fire all night, and the tips are not reflecting that. I'm very disappointed in everybody.
You know what? Honestly, true.
Scott, is Miracle Whip mayonnaise?
Oh God, no!
No. That's not it. No, it's not.
It's not
They're different
mayonnaise.
things.
Okay.
Is
Who
Miracle
thinks it is?
Is Miracle Whip
Billy says that they're replacements for each other.
Is Miracle Whip a mayonnaise substitute?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
No. They're not. They're not. All right. They don't taste even fucking remotely the same.
Well, for one,
I mean, both are gross and taste like cum to me. So,
so
I
then
don't
they
have a
do
horse
taste the same if they both taste like cum. And yes, cum has
very
various
different
amounts
kinds
of
cum.
taste. Exactly.
One's like cis cum. One's like trans cum. It's very different.
There's
Okay.
it's got a salmon. Miracle Whip has a salmon cum element to it.
We're moving on to something else. Here we go.
Turn on the goddamn internet.
Don't touch me. Don't touch me. TV, they're going to touch me.
It's spooky season. I'm all these jump scares are just coming at me.
Make Magicus drunk.
Please.
He'll do another shot once we hit
$12.58.
Yeah. Also, we have a weekly goal. We've met it every week for the last almost 3 years now. Link in the description to help keep the streak alive. Throw us a couple bucks, and we'll read your Streamlabs after this segment. Let's see what we've got.
I can't afford to drink for free. I need you to pay DP so I can drink more.
I've been accused
For
of spraying
$500,
ropes of
Magicus
cum.
will shoot heroin.
This is a global coup d'etat by the most evil cabal of people on the planet in the history.
I'm afraid to even play this on YouTube.
Well, here's the thing, guys. Here's your Dave Chappelle disclaimer. This guy's fucking psycho and making the most ridiculous claims. We do not think this is factual, and we will be responding to it with humor and shame.
Unless I think it's cool.
There is like a 50%.
You're not going to play it?
Because I don't trust his ass. I don't trust Scott.
Look, nobody...
Okay, it's what? Like I said something cool about Hitler earlier, and all of a sudden I'm
For real, if you draw the line here, that's putting us in a position of trouble.
Okay.
I don't think that's fair.
Of mankind.
Play the clip. Let's see
and
how
if it is not stopped in the very near future, they will win. That's what's at stake, control of the world. They're putting eggs in people's bodies. If you didn't see yesterday's True News, you need to watch it.
So he's claiming the vaccination is putting eggs in people's bodies. Eggs.
This is a new take, and I would like to hear him out.
He's claiming that people are getting Satan's parasites injected through eggs into their bloodstream through the vaccine. It's batshit psychosis.
Good question in the chat. Is this what happened to Egghead?
Oh.
Is that how he got that way?
Egg did get that way from a cringe syringe, but it wasn't from the vaccine. Jennifer
there
Robbins.
you go, Magicus. Let me get Magicus on full screen here. Give me 1 second, Magicus.
Do it.
Give me 1 second here.
Just give me 45 minutes and I'll get it
Just
right
1
up.
second, Magicus. Because your drink
1
is so
second.
important.
God!
Your
Would
drink
you
is so important,
fucking hold on?
Magicus. That we have to have you
waiting.
full screen to drink it, so you better
Jesus.
make it a good drink.
Impatient.
It better be good.
God.
Promise. God.
All right, here we go.
Right here. We'll do it nice. Everybody can see. I'm not cheating.
You're not
girls
cheating.
alcohol. I
Yeah,
like
of course. Magicus only drinks girls' alcohol. It's cute.
He's a girl drink drunk?
Respect.
Yeah.
That's a solid shot.
Chug, 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 glug, glug, glug. Good job, Magicus.
He has spent all night puking after doing this in the past, so
Yes.
help Magicus vomit all over.
It's an egg that hatches
I'm
into a
chasing it with daiquiris.
synthetic parasite.
The egg hatches into a synthetic parasite, he says.
Yep. Checks
So
out.
it's like
Keep talking.
like
Say more
xenomorphs or
Yeah,
something.
he's saying there's a synthetic parasite hatching from an egg from a vaccine. You're sick. This is sick.
So wait, the vaccine has
maybe
the
you
mark
didn't
of the
see
beast
the
technology?
pin on his lapel. He's coming from a place of faith, and I respect him.
If I believed in God, I guess I would believe in something this stupid too.
If I get a booster shot, does that make me even more powerful with Satan?
No, none of this is factually based at all. It's
Exactly.
psychosis.
What do you mean? This guy's just gonna come on True News and say something
True
that's
News?
not true?
What the
It's
fuck
the
is
name
True
of the show
News?
is True News, Billy.
Yeah, but he doesn't spell true with an E because he's not allowed to because they'll get sued.
He's based out of Florida. It can't possibly be false, all right? Only good things come from Florida.
Can I just say
And
how
he's got
great?
a fucking sick P.O. box number.
I was gonna say how great is it? The religious PO box is 6969.
69 0069.
69 hieroglyphic boobs 69. My guy.
I'm going to Vero Beach, Florida.
I'm going
Full
to
Billy.
Vero Reach
For me.
around Florida.
You'll figure it out, Ben.
These are the faces.
No, I'm doing it on
I believe
purpose.
These are the.
Okay.
He's doing it on purpose. Every time we get a close up, we have to say something hilarious or
Yep.
else.
Yes.
Squid Game is cool.
That's hilarious.
And grows inside your body.
There's no more close-ups.
This is like a sci-fi nightmare. And it's happening in front of us.
It's so it is like Alien. Like he's basically saying they're implanting xenomorphs in us.
Yeah.
Are they gonna John hurt me? They better not John hurt me. I value
Are you
my
gonna John
chest.
hurt me?
Do you really wanna John hurt me?
Are these like symbiotes like Venom? Because that would be fucking awesome.
No,
Or
these are
they
like
symbiotes like Carnage?
these are like direct
probably
religious
less good.
machinations of a fucking psycho.
It's what's his name? Rick Wiles. Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Yeah, the mark. Years ago we watched a video where he said they were putting Mark of the Beast technology in everyone's cell phones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that because you guys called the number to ask the nice lady if their Mark of the Beast technology was in your phone.
Yeah, what they're really doing that you should be worried about is they're giving you a receptive brainwashing device at moment's notice in your pocket wherever you are.
Brain laundry.
Brian Laundry device, yes, to Brian launder your fucking thoughts and recondition your brain to think how they tell you to. That's 100% factual what these things are. They will send you algorithmic responses to train your brain to Brian Laundry brainwash your fucking tiny little skulls. That's what these are. And they're great at it. And it might even make your life better.
They're highly effective.
Yes.
Here's something about the Seattle firefighters and police officers that got fired because they wouldn't get vaccinated.
They're all racists.
What a fucking tragedy.
And they left their boots at City Hall.
Man.
Oh, like a wrestler retiring.
For real. All the glory of Undertaker. Man, this guy's going to leave his baby up there?
You know
like-
what? You're going to take my job? I'm going to give you my baby.
Honestly, he's like, some lady left this baby outside of the firehouse. We've been taking care
No,
of it
it's
for
no
6
problem.
months. But if I can't go in there without a poke, I'm not going to care for this baby any longer.
The grand gesture of leaving your boots in the ring like Undertaker versus Roman Reigns and then having several more matches after that.
I want to say, though, it sucks for that child if his fucking father won't, like, get vaccinated, because now he's just putting his kids at risk.
Yeah, it's a bunch of unvaccinated people all clustered in one group together.
Yeah, this is a great move right here.
Yeah.
How many of them are wearing masks?
I couldn't tell because it's the back of their heads almost
They're
the whole
outside
time.
anyways. Who
Doesn't
cares?
look like many.
They should be keeping 6 feet apart, though.
Here's a different video. That's all. Oh, this one's.
Hi, this is Jeff Fortenberry, and I'm out for a drive in my 1963 Ford F-100 pickup truck with.
So which one's Jeff?
See, I fuck her, and she fucks the dog.
Which one's Jeff? Which one's Fort? And which one's Barry?
Jeff Fortenberry, left to right.
Okay.
Yeah.
He is a U.S. He's a congressman.
Looks like
he's a representative.
Ohio, Iowa? Where?
No, it's Omaha.
Omaha, okay.
Ohio?
I knew there was cornfields in the back.
Yeah.
I like how he's in his classic truck.
Yep. And he's got his dog and his wife, and they got a cornfield
Our
behind
dog
them.
Pippin, and this is my
And
wife.
no
Celeste.
kids because they've never had intercourse.
It's wholesome so far, so let's see how many seconds it takes for this to
The
take a 180.
title of this video is "I wanted you to hear it from me first."
Oh,
no.
Is he transgender?
We do this every now and
I
then.
think he's transgender.
I wanted to send you a video because we do have something hard to tell you. And so many of you have been so kind to us through the years and have treated us and my family with such generosity. We thought you ought to know first. About 5.5 years ago, a person from overseas illegally moved money to my campaign. I didn't know anything about this and used some other Americans to do so. They were all caught and punished, thankfully. About 2.5 years ago, I had a knock on my door on a weekend.
It happened 7 more times.
Yeah, so just recently released breaking news. Alec Baldwin fired a prop gun on set of Rust and killed the cinematographer.
Brandon Lee?
He killed the cinematographer, Helena Hutchins, and injured the director because his prop gun went off and misfired on the set of Rust.
So it's almost like a Brandon Lee style accident.
It's very close.
Wait, is this real? Did Alec Baldwin actually accidentally kill someone?
Alec Baldwin accidentally killed the cinematographer for Rust, Helena Hutchins, and injured the director.
That's insane.
With the prop gun misfiring.
What the fuck is the difference between a prop gun and a real gun if they both kill people when you point them
I
at
was
them?
gonna say, I feel like prop guns should be a little more proppy if they can still kill people.
Well, it was a misfire. Who knows exactly
What does
the
that mean?
negligence?
It shouldn't be able to misfire and kill
Lock
someone.
him up. Lock him
up.
I had been out dealing with the effects of the bomb cyclone that had hit us, which was so devastatingly harsh to our communities. They were FBI agents from California.
They're from California. Like that matters where they're from. It's
California.
Coastal elite.
Well, yeah. Obviously the red state renegades have a hatred for the coastal elite, and with good reason. The coastal elite are the elite. We're better.
Which I now do too after Joe Cristalli's comments.
Don't know what to do with those tossed salads, and I bet you Frazier has an opinion on turfs that you wouldn't agree with.
Toss my salad
Probably.
and scramble my eggs. I'm coming again.
Ooh, ooh.
I'm coming again.
Frazier has left the
I wonder if Frazier's going to be woke leftist propaganda.
It might be.
Frazier has
It
left
might
Uranus.
be.
Because Frazier's right-leaning.
So on the
Kelsey Grammer's right.
on the old Frazier, he had a son named Frederick. So in the new Frazier, he'll have a daughter, Frederica.
Frederica Fellini.
Yeah.
I let them in my house.
Hi, Father. It's me, your daughter, Frederica Fellatio. Frederica Fellatio. And Fraser's like, oh, gee willikers. He's the man on the chair now. They have like whatever the dog's name was. It Bittens?
Eddie is no longer with
like
us.
Eddie 7. And Eddie 7, come out here. I'm the grumpy old dad now. And Frederica Fellini is running around giving people blowjobs in my side room.
And actually, the guy that played Fraser's dad is dead too.
Yeah, John Mahoney.
And they went against each other at the Emmys a few times. Like,
I bet.
Who was the better actor on that show?
Later, we went back.
That show was insanely popular. I love how how fancy schmancy they are. You know,
Okay, the fact that Frasier, the character, isn't canonically British and gay, I was never able to wrap my head around. I'm like, wait, this is a straight American and he talks and acts like this? I could never figure it out. It was confusing for my young mind.
Well, yeah, the brilliance of Frasier is that it's broken into acts, and most episodes is someone is lying about something, and the whole episode is the hilarious way they try to cover it up the entire episode, and then they get found out at the end.
That's like almost every sitcom through the 1990s.
Isn't that like also Seinfeld? Yeah.
And that's why Frasier may not have been a straight man.
He's been lying.
The entire series was him lying about things that he could have been open about. And he's repressed. His wife is the most masculine-driven woman that you could possibly have in a sitcom, and they're never together.
He doesn't have a wife in Frasier.
Well, his ex, Lilith.
Yeah, he has a few exes, too.
Yeah, and they're all very masculine, and they're all distant. They're not with him.
I think she's masculine.
And then his gay brother
Lilith
also
is
has a
very
masculine
dominant.
I don't think she's masculine.
She's not a very feminine woman.
She's like an ice queen.
Yes.
And like an intellectual type ice queen. And then
she's,
there was
she's what you call a kind of a cunt type of bitch.
And then there was Diane Chambers, the woman from Cheers. Well, Lilith was on Cheers too. After Diane dumped Frasier for Sam Malone, Frasier started hanging out in Sam's bar all the time.
And that could be from a psychological point, which we know Frasier is a psychiatrist and psychology plays here. He would go for the most beautiful woman in the room to hide his homosexual proclivities.
Yep.
And that's why he went after Diane, losing her to the actual male persona played by Ted Danson, who is a very male persona.
There's the
epitome of a man on that show.
There's an episode.
Sorry, Woody.
There's an episode where he ends up dating a woman that looks exactly like his mom, and everyone else sees it but him until the very end. And then when he finds it out, he just breaks up with her.
Yeah.
That is the only move in that situation.
Absolutely.
No way, dude. If you find out you're dating a woman that's like just like your mom and you didn't realize it, then you know what you do then? You have clone sex. No, you make a baby that's going to guarantee be 75% you.
Shit, yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
What if you find out that it is your mom?
Well, that's called the dimensional merge, Scott.
What I knew.
The guy who played Frasier's brother Niles, the actor, is gay.
David
but
Hyde
the character
Pierce?
wasn't.
Very gay.
Doing what
One
I
of the gayest people.
understood. They've accused me of lying to them and are charging me with this. We're
Because you're a
shocked.
criminal.
You're in deep shit.
Stunned. I feel so personally betrayed. We thought we were trying to help. And so now we will have to fight. You know me for many, many years. I try to give you honest, clear answers and do my duty as a representative for our great state and for America. And I try to do so forthrightly for you.
I mean, the
and
dog
our
and the
families.
wife cannot wait
To be
for this
accused of
video
this
to end
is
so we can
extremely
get back to business.
painful.
They're in heat.
And we are suffering greatly.
So
We will fight
what's like the real story here? He just got caught violating like campaign finance law and is now like trying to cover it up.
got a
sure
payment-
I'm pretty sure
no.
ISIS gave him $4 billion.
Yeah, he took a payment from outside of the United States for his campaign.
Yeah.
These charges
From terrorists.
did not lie to them. I told them what I knew. But we need your help. First of all, please pray for us because this is a difficult time.
Yeah, that'll do a lot.
Please stand
You
with
know
us
what?
and
You know what? For a person like this, I'll pray for you. Scott.
Sure, I'll do it right now.
Scott, do you want to get on some prayer? Magicus, want to get on some prayer?
Absolutely.
How about you, Ben?
No.
All right. Dear Lord, please save this corn-fearing white man. All he did was take a little bit of foreign money. We know foreign money spends better in this country. Scott, your turn.
Look, pray tonight, pray tomorrow, pray every day this week for this beautiful cis white man with the same haircut that every congressman in the United States has for some reason, and his beautiful wife and his even more beautiful dog, if you catch my drift.
Magicus, go.
Please make sure that his dog ends up in the care of somebody more worthy while he goes to jail for this heinous crime he's committed.
Bad prayer, but can we all get
That
an
wasn't
amen?
really in the spirit of the prayer, but okay.
Not in the spirit of the prayer. Can we get an amen? Amen.
If you can send some kind comments, that would also be helpful. Hopefully this all ends happily for the sake of justice, for the sake of my own integrity, and for the sake of the American system.
For the sake of my own integrity.
I like how we put it that way.
Yes. Your own integrity. Let's go to God for some help on this one because, we don't believe you the way you believe that God will save you. You pussy.
It's wrong at so many levels. Thank you so much.
So many levels. So wrong.
There's like a congressman haircut machine that they just stand on a conveyor belt and they just kind of run through it. Well, it's all the white male congressmen.
It was predated the Fox News analyst, the female Fox News analyst machine. That
was a good one, too.
They had the white male Congress machine. Like, we should build one of these for big-titted blondes.
You know what? We should have a poll to see who did the best prayer out of all three of us.
We should do a
prayer poll.
A poll? All right, I'll do a poll.
Yeah, let's see who did the best prayer for this guy.
Better be a stripper poll.
Who's going to heaven the fastest?
Thank you. Who's going to heaven the fastest? Billy, Scott, or Lord Magicus?
He does have Lord in his name, which might be an advantage.
That is true.
Could also, be looked at as idolatry.
And also an objectively bad prayer.
Yeah, terrible prayer.
I don't know if Jesus looks too fondly on magic. I think that's kind of satanic.
For one, that's what the mid-90s moms wanted you to think about magic cards and Pokemon. Two, Jesus was all about magic. Motherfucker could turn water into wine.
Yeah, but
he fucking loved magic.
So far, Scott is winning, and then Lord Magicus is in second place, and Billy is in third place.
It looks like we're tied. Magicus and I are tied.
It hasn't updated to that on my end.
Anyways, I didn't listen to Scott's prayer. I was in my own head, so must have been really good.
I was thinking of a funny thing to say and not listening to other people.
Yes. So must have been really good, Scott. Congratulations. I'll have to rewatch this episode. If you guys want to, if you guys are watching right now,
watch it in full.
If you're watching right now and it's already been live, put in the comments, timestamp Scott's prayer for me so I don't have to watch the whole episode. Just in the comments.
You should watch the whole thing. You should set aside 2.5 hours and just have a good watch.
Whoever's watching this right now, go in comments if it's already, say Scott's prayer was la da da da. And I'll watch it. It looks like it's good, judging by the audience.
It was pretty good. Pretty good.
Here's another one.
Competitive. It's closing.
Yeah, I'll close the voting at the end of the show. Just remind me.
I personally don't like living in a society where this thing can walk around freely without being stopped by a bunch of men in white suits.
And I don't like so none of us do, but you don't just come out and say it. It's too on the nose.
And I don't like the way that weak chin people can grow beards to hide their lack of masculinity.
Yeah,
true.
Do you notice how it says vibes? Do you think maybe that's a little bit too on the nose?
Van and being kidnapped and dragged to a mental institution.
That's mean, Billy. I like Scott's beard.
Scott's got a good chin. I've seen Scott
that's
without
where
a beard.
This thing should be. Not in a hateful way either. Like I feel.
I can tell
bad
by Spexo's facial structure that he's got a bitch chin.
We've seen 100%. When he fucked up his beard and had to shave it all off.
Oh yeah. When he had a beard mishap.
Yeah.
Because
I'd rather see the person in the picture walking around than fucking Spexo. So.
Sure.
It's clearly not living a healthy lifestyle. And people want to call me like hateful when I say things like that. This is from a place of pity and sorrow.
Pity and sorrow. So, but he didn't even watch the clip of the fucking trans person that he's talking about. Wow, epic fail.
I like his comment on the video. This is so perplexing, LMAO. It's like, yeah, you're right, but you should still be in jail. I want to know what someone can be right about and still be in jail for it. I'm very curious.
You know, I think he wants to criminalize tattoos too, and he's covered in tattoos.
Well, to be fair, if you have a tattoo, you can't be buried in a Jewish graveyard, and I like to keep my options open.
Yeah,
so that's why I don't have.
I also don't have tattoos for the Jewish graveyard reason. But looking at Spexo, maybe he's coming at this from the perspective of the abortion law in Texas. And he doesn't want people who have had abortions or tattoos to become victims of the criminality, but those giving the abortions and tattoos become the criminals. That could be a perspective where his own tattoos wouldn't come into play.
Sure. Makes sense.
Man, you guys telling you hands down, get more books about weed. Everybody loves a good book about smoking dope. You know, antique papers. I'm sure there's a book someone made a copy.
Is this comic book guy from The Simpsons? I didn't
Someone
expect
sent that video. I don't know.
What was that?
I don't know what that was. Huh. Okay. What's this? Oh, this.
Take America Back.
I'm Michelle Fiore, and I'm running for governor. I spent my whole life fighting the establishment. I was the first female majority leader in the Nevada Assembly and one of the first electeds to endorse Donald J. Trump. And you better believe I was attacked for it.
I've got some of the biggest tits in Congress.
Washington Post called me a gun-toting calendar girl. And Politico magazine said that I was the Lady Trump. And I don't care.
I don't care.
You know, I do want somebody in Congress that doesn't care, that admits they don't care, because all of them they pretend like they care, but they don't. This woman, she's like, I don't care.
It's refreshing honesty. I don't care.
Speaking of good things about this video, tits and honesty.
We need outsiders, fighters, not the same old, boring, moderate, compromised, blue blazer politicians.
Let's start. If I told you in 2012 that Mitt Romney would be a good guy in 10 years, would you believe me? That's wild.
I mean, remember when everybody thought? Remember when everybody thought if you supported Bush, you were a Nazi, and now he's Michelle Obama's best friend?
Yikes!
It's fucking weird, man.
He likes painting.
It's weird.
They should use this woman to promote Trump's fucking social media network that he's trying to build.
Whoever's watching right now and has $45, give it to us so Magicus can have another drink. I'm tired of watching him make sober jokes.
With a 3-shot plan. Ban vaccine mandates, ban critical race theory, and stop voter fraud.
Race theory. And stop voter fraud. And she shoots beers. Like, let's be honest here. That's alcohol abuse.
Yeah.
The Joe Biden administration is coming
she
out.
couldn't get it in the holster the first time. She almost popped that thing into one of her gun rolls. Oh.
She almost
Fiore,
Alec Baldwin herself.
I'm ready for the fight.
Oh. Michelle Fiore. I would buy hot wings from you, but not political help.
Yeah.
If you were selling hot wings, I would eat them
When I'm in the
all.
market for political help, I'm not going to Michelle Fiore.
Yeah, I don't know what do politicians give you? What are their selling points? That's
hopefully blowjobs in Michelle.
Interesting.
It depends. Are you super rich? Because if that's the case, then they give you tax breaks.
That's true. They give you sick ass tax breaks.
Huh. I got to be super rich, guys. That way I'll have a new respect for politicians and not just want hot wings from them.
Please send $40.
Yes. That'll solve everything.
This shit. Did you see this?
Is this cringe rap?
No, this is
12 people sent me this today.
Yeah, this is
I don't
a
know.
math teacher at a school doing weird Native American stuff.
Just here's all you need to know. This is a white math teacher.
This is so weird.
And I will tell you this: she is very proud of herself because she doesn't celebrate Columbus Day.
This is like, there's no reason why she's doing this.
No, actually, there is a reason. She's auditioning for the.
There is a
Washington,
reason.
She's auditioning for the Washington Redskins mascot.
That doesn't exist
the Washington
anymore.
football team, Billy.
She's not very smart.
I'll comment on what's going on at the end, but she's teaching math. She's teaching trigonometry because it's a mnemonic device like on the treble clef. Every good boy deserves fudge or whatever. Actually, that might be bass clef. But it's SOHCAHTOA. So SAHCOHTOA. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, and tangent is opposite over adjacent. And so, what if you chant those in a racist Native American way? Then you'll never forget trigonometry.
Oh my God, you're so much smarter than I am. I saw she was a math teacher, and I thought she was showing us that two wrongs make a right. Because those pants and that racism makes this the right clip for us to play right now.
They do cancel out. -1 times -1 is 1.
This is triggered-nometry. Thank you, Juggalo V.
Nice.
But wait, she's also doing the dance, so like that's another -1. So I think we're back to negative.
We're back to negative.
What is she doing there? Is she doing the running man?
Yes. So that part. So the first part is defensible. The first part is over enthusiastic teaching. If I teach these kids SOHCAHTOA in this fashion, they'll never forget it. However, the second part does appear to be a mental breakdown, which is less defensible.
This is gross. This is gross. This is icky. This is another instance where, like, if there was a school shooter that came in,
Oh my God.
and
he'd be right,
and saw this, the kids would be like, okay, yeah, thank you. We needed
Fair.
a break. We needed a break.
Why is it getting worse?
Did she just go into some sort of orgasmic?
She was like, oh,
I get to go
SOHCAHTOA.
He came.
Oh, by the way, the poll's now tied.
I'm tied with
wow.
Scott.
Yes, you are now.
Damn, Billy. All your sock
simps made
accounts are
sock
doing
accounts
well
to vote for you multiple times.
For one, my simps already had sock accounts.
Yeah, let's be real. This isn't the first time they've needed them.
Yeah.
Atheist vote bots right now.
Yeah. I have 7 simps with 17 accounts each. We can go all night.
And I get
What's that,
all
about
of my
119?
feathers.
Well, that was absolutely horrible.
Yeah, I saw that on Twitter
rock.
this morning.
That's my favorite clip of the day. You know, that's Scott's clip of the day. Stamp
Wait,
it.
is there a picture of an Indian in a teepee on the board?
There is, and I don't want to talk about it.
It's drawn very poorly.
Here's a video. I don't know who these guys are, but these guys called the sheriff's office in Trumpster Bob's County and told them that he was planning on
Okay.
skipping bail.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds like Bob.
I don't want to play this shit.
What
And then
you gone?
There's Mark Connors, too.
Oops.
He doesn't know karate, but he also teaches it.
What you gonna do? But he only teaches karate because he's a sexual
don't
offender
like
of
him, dude.
underage kids.
He's got to go. He cannot be COO anymore.
I love how, dude, this is great. This is just old men on the internet
Fighting over Elisa Jordana.
doing. They're old men on the internet doing what 13-year-olds did 10 years ago.
This is very fun. Yeah, just like old men trolling each other.
10 years ago, this was the Xbox community doing this shit. Now it's their fucking grandpas.
Yeah, but did you hear how
Yeah,
he said
this is
he
like,
can't be
this is
COO
like
anymore?
60 Chan.
That's Kermit and Friends.
Oh, it is
shit.
Kermit?
Yeah, because COO. Yeah, he's like the COO of Kermit.
Well,
and Friends.
he might have also changed his channel to COO, and
He's
so maybe.
CEO.
But Bob did COO T Bob, right?
Yeah.
So maybe.
And I heard Elisa mention how he is the COO.
Yeah, that's where he got the COO from, and then he changed it. Maybe these guys don't know him from Elisa.
I would think they do.
Well, like we do know there's precedent that he used it outside of Elisa as well. He's changed his name to COO T Bob as recently as the Dylan Burns episode. When Dylan Burns searched him up, he was like, "Is it Coot Bob?"
Oh, that's.
It's like, well, it's COO T Bob, but yeah, I like Coot
It's been
Bob
that
better.
way for a while.
He is an old coot.
Hello, Lopez.
Hello, who's this?
Lieutenant Lopez.
How do
Lopez?
and who do I call? You guys got a guy down there. He got out of jail on a bond, and he's been on the internet on YouTube. He plans on, I know for a fact because we got YouTube videos. He talks about he's going to California, but it's like the night before he has a court date. So we know he's going to skip his bond. And we've also watched him like plot and plan with other people. There's a lady out there named Elisa Jordana. She's going to send him a plane ticket. You follow me so far? She's going
to fly Bob out to LA to hang out. Which
Smart.
No, it's not.
Like on purpose? Like for real?
Elisa Jordana.
That's quality content. She's smart,
Does she
dude.
know about the court date?
Well,
she knows about all of this.
Maybe that's why she offered, because she knows he's going to have to break state law to take her up on it.
Ooh, that's not a bad move.
Yeah,
that'd be
she's a
hilarious.
genius,
That's the-
dude.
follow me.
The plot behind it.
You got a guy. You got a guy that's his name is Bobby Lee Jones.
That's his name. It's not Robert. It's Bobby.
Bobby Lee.
Bobby Lee Jones.
He's gonna skip out on his bond, is what I'm telling you. They let him out for a couple grand or something like that, and he is planning to run. He's done it before, and he also has felonies. He has felonies.
So you're reporting possible bail jumping by this Mr. Jones?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Almost everyone in Bob's County is Hispanic too. He's
Snitching.
like by far in the minority
Let me
there.
look him up on the computer here.
They're not Hispanic. Remember, they're secret Muslims.
Oh yeah.
True. Good catch.
Okay.
Is he drinking?
God, he's also got the Keystone.
Got an open charge.
Was he have backpacks hanging from this?
911 abuse.
Yeah, so this is the guy they're talking to, this sheriff here. He's either a sheriff or a deputy.
Teddy,
I can't believe-
Teddy Roosevelt looking motherfucker.
I can't believe Heisenberg's snitching on Trumpster Bob.
Yeah. It was something about on the phone and cussing at cop or something. He was harassing the police on the phone.
911 abuse. Yeah, I see the charge. Let me.
Bobby, that boy ain't right. I tell you what.
I'll tell you what.
That boy ain't right.
That West Texas. Yeah, West Texas, a W comes with an H before it.
What?
Yeah.
What?
What? Get inside the vehicle.
Deep inside.
Yeah, and what's his name? The creator of Beavis and Butthead.
Mike Judge.
Mike Judge. He used to live in Albuquerque, and that's where he learned about all, because there's a lot of Texans that live there from West Texas, like Amarillo and El Paso and shit. And they all talk like that. It's so weird.
Like he's
Producing vomiting.
$2,000.
Sounds right, but he's not going to show to court. He is on YouTube. The lady is going to fly him to California. She has a YouTube show called Kermit and Friends, and she said, "I will make sure he has this
Imagine
party."
explaining this to a policeman who's never heard of any of this bullshit.
This is like when people would call in on Onision and be like, "He was threatening Leafy, officer. I have to tell you, if you don't get
And they're
him
like,
off the streets, more
so
people
just
will
to
die."
Be clear, he was threatening Leafy.
Yeah, it's like they're stupid. You know, there are people who think that their world is the shit they're into is what everyone else knows about. And if they
It's
don't
wild.
pay attention to something,
The
it
level
doesn't
of
exist.
insulation is wild.
Yeah, like people think the Twitter shit is actually mainstream opinion. Like what's
They think it's real.
Yeah.
Yeah, if-
Twitter
like, if
does
you leave
not
Twitter-
always reflect mainstream opinion. It does sometimes, but it's not the place where you go for like the shit that's like actually mainstream opinion.
Ben, did you say publicly earlier that you had a bunch of chicken vindaloo, or was that a private call thing?
I said
That was a private call.
That was publicly or private?
That was private.
Because I think I
private.
might have gotten pink eye from all your chicken vindaloo ass
You
slapping.
didn't get pink
I don't know, man. I'm freaking
That
out
sounds
over
like
here.
Justice to me.
Sorry about that. So you have information that this individual will be jumping bond and going. Did you say where he was going?
He's going to Los Angeles, California. He's going. This lady named Elisa Jordana is like a millionaire, and she's sending him a.
She's like a millionaire. This guy is.
Is
the
she a
worst.
millionaire?
Why do all the old men that Trump
he a
Bob
snitch?
fights with? He's snitching. He's snitching on T-Bob. Let T-Bob get hemmed up in Cali.
I think he's jealous that Elisa Jordana's not flying him out to California.
He is.
Fucking, I think it'd be more funny if he gets stopped
Generic
at the
brand
airport.
Heisenberg.
Yeah, I know this sounds really wild, sir. I know this sounds really wild, sir. But he plans on double crossing.
Sounds like you're wasting the officer's time.
The lady's a nice lady. He plans on taking
She's a
her money
nice
in the plane
lady.
ticket.
If I,
and he
you know,
also
if I
plans
was
on
20 years younger,
I mean, if she flew me, I would go.
I would give her the bone.
taking the singer's boat, and he's going to go to Nigeria because he has a girlfriend there.
Hold on, he's going to take a boat from L.A. to Africa.
The long way.
So he has to go through the Panama Canal or all the way
No,
almost to Antarctica.
no. He's going around the horn like a gentleman.
Okay,
Wait,
so almost
does
to
he still
Antarctica.
believe that he has a Nigerian princess waiting for him? Western.
If I'm the cop, I'm losing my mind.
I
right
think
now.
it's a new Nigerian
He's
princess.
trying to keep them apart still.
I think he found out the other one was a scammer, and now he's got a new scammer he hasn't figured out yet.
I know.
He's like Chris Chan in that respect.
Yeah, I've known a lot of men
Troll me
would get,
once.
that would get trolled multiple times by people pretending to
Catfish.
be women. Yeah, they would get catfished multiple times. It comes from a place of extreme, pathetic loneliness.
Yep.
It's like
Or
I myself, I only get catfished once a year, maybe. You know, these guys.
Once a year tops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These guys, they get it a couple times a
All
month.
the time.
Yeah.
3-4 times a year. Fucking
Yeah.
losers.
Yeah, dummies.
All right. One last video, and then we're going to call it, and then we're going to do the post show. The links are already up. If you want to become a $10 or more patron, you can come and watch the
fucking
post show.
do it.
Yeah, do it.
Come and watch on the show.
We are all stars now in the post.
But with the Democrats in office, there ain't enough jobs, there ain't enough fucking nothing.
There's more than enough jobs right now. There's too many jobs and not enough people taking them right now.
There's not enough.
Let's get rid of some of the jobs.
We need those good jobs.
They won't even let you people feed you at the homeless shelter. You're just kind of fucked.
What?
What?
There's the ceiling in his room.
Man.
It has water
Is that
damage.
the flag of India?
No. No, it's an orange wall with a green screen and a white ceiling.
That's the
Guilty.
world's
You
worst.
know, bigger joke.
That's the world's worst spumoni.
Because Democratic Party. Let me ask you this. Within the two parties, it seems that 90% of all of the Democrats have investments into Chinese and Russian oligarchy type companies.
Oligarchy.
He almost got the whole word out. That's pretty good.
Those Russian Alec Baldwins.
Well, on the Republican side, 90% of the Republicans do not.
Garlicky.
I like how he confidently states fake statistics.
Oh,
that's one of my favorite things.
They're not fake statistics. He believes and also misremembers what he believes. It's a mixture of stupidity and lack of brain cells to compute. It's perfect.
It's great. Changed nothing.
Now, there's roughly another 10% that, like the Democrats, the majority of all the Democrats, not all of them, but the majority of all of them, are also sponsored by an organization called the Council on American Islamic Relations.
Oh, God.
And also another organization in particular. But what you find is that only about 5 to 10, usually about 8% of the Republicans.
Really quick, in the pleb chat, Link Zelda said, it's almost like both parties worship capitalism. No.
Almost.
No.
Shut up.
No. It's almost like both parties only exist to perpetuate capitalism. Nothing to do with worshiping. That's our job as the fucking cows.
Moo. Moo.
Bitch, I'm a cow. Bitch, I go moo.
Received money from something called the Sunlight Foundation.
What do you want to bet he
And they
just
only-
made up that foundation right now?
Oh, yes.
100%.
Donate to, the rhinos and the communists. That's to keep America stirred up so the Muslims could run this world. That's called the Council on American Islamic Relations, right? And you got to ask yourself, the party who's 90%, well, 85% roughly
87.
of the entire party to 90%.
He just spits out a number.
Yeah. Whatever feels right.
That's what I do anytime I need a statistic.
Yeah.
Not invest into foreign entities such as Russian or Chinese firms. Yet the Democrats, almost all of them motherfuckers are donated in foreign currency or foreign nations, businesses that the foreign countries own. Let me ask you this. Who the fuck do you think is working for you, the American people, and who ain't? Who the fuck do you think is working most likely to get paid off and work for Russia or China's interest in America? Let me see. The Republicans, who about 85% don't get paid off like this.
Where are you pulling this
85% of Republican politicians?
Then it's like 17 out of 20.
85% don't get paid off.
You just have to close your eyes and just feel the number.
Let the numbers come to you.
This is like
Be the number.
This is like the old Cooter Man version of I'm this many.
Don't have those crooked investments, which should be illegal, by the way. Or the Democrats, who at least 90% of all them motherfuckers all invested in the foreign shit.
Ah.
Let me see, children. Which one would you vote for? The guy that don't give a fuck about you, or the one that does?
This is the cute thing. You think one of the sides give a shit about you.
That is adorable.
It's adorable. They're playing like a game of Pong. Every county, every state, every country that uses this stupid democracy thing as a shield.
Stupid democracy.
The stupid democracy
It really is.
lie.
All right, well, that's the end of that video.
Was that?
Yeah, so we got a couple minutes left in the show.
I've got important news.
Go ahead.
So I'm gonna go ahead with that.
Yeah.
Do it.
I'm gonna let you finish. Ben, I'm gonna let you finish, except I'm not, because I'm talking. I have found Civet Poop Coffee in Vancouver, British Columbia.
Ooh.
At La Cuisson Cafe. I can get myself an 8-ounce cup for $70.
That's not bad.
Or I can buy a whole pound of beans for $390. So here's what's up. I don't have $390. I also don't have $70. So I'm going to go ahead and put my PayPal in the chat right now. And if people want me, and I'll drink it, I'll film and drink it. I might even I might do my first live stream doing it if that wets your whistle.
If you put
send a little
$10
something.
in the, if you put $10 into Trump's organization for a social media thing today, you'd have $70 now.
Exactly. Send a little something to paypal.me/notscotthenson, and I'll drink some dumbass coffee for you.
That's a good waste of money.
Absolutely.
I'm looking to see in Seattle where I can buy it.
I don't know if you can buy it.
Seattle's a coffee city.
Yeah.
It'll be.
I guess Starbucks does a Kopi Luwak Civet shit Frappuccino.
They do?
No.
I don't think that's accurate.
You would
No,
think
they
if
don't.
anywhere that was at like the Reserve, you know how Starbucks has that like fancy
Reserve
Starbucks
bar?
in Capitol Hill. Yeah. If it was anywhere,
where
it'd
they
be
own
at one of
certain white
those.
people. It's pretty cool.
Have you ever had to make up your mind? This is Victrola Coffee Roasters comes up. I don't think they have it.
Billy, I've been there. I've been to Victrola.
Really?
It's lovely.
Look at the civet
Yes.
eating the beans, the coffee fruit, and then they poo-poo it. I'll be right back.
Speaking of poo-pooing.
I was going to say that made Ben have to go again.
Yeah, Ben was all in on showing the civet fucking video. Mid saying poo-pooing, he was like, wait, I'm the civet now.
That Vindaloo's coming. I am the civet. Hey, did we just find Ben's persona? Is he a civet?
Did they do Ben as an otter when we made our persona, which is a very civet-looking creature?
I think so.
I think Ben was an
So
otter.
he's in that realm. He's somewhere in
Yeah, we can just say it was a civet. I don't think there's that much different looking from the art because he had humanized
something that's
anthropomorphic hands.
not quite a cat, not quite a rodent.
Yeah, we could just call it a civet. Ben is a civet. I was the panda bear because
You're a panda.
Pandas are literally the epitome of lazy. They eat bamboo because they are too lazy to go out and search for their carnivore diet.
And they're white and pretend that they're black.
These are all reasons why I'm a panda.
These are all reasons.
And I'm owned and operated by the Chinese.
Yep.
Foreign money.
And you do not fuck. And you straight up don't fuck.
For one, why should I?
You bring him to me, then we'll talk. I'm not going out of my way to fuck.
You know how many times I've had sex where I didn't do anything at all, not even wake up?
Every single time?
3.
It's more than it should be. 3 is correct.
I think you said the first time, though, that you would want to be a scaly because you were describing a type of dragon you'd want to be.
I mean, if I could actually be a dragon, I'd rather be a dragon than anything, but not an anthropomorphized dickhead that has a scale suit. I want to have wings. I want to be an actual dragon.
I respect going full feral. I respect your choice. I respect your lifestyle.
If I could transition,
if you're gonna be a disgusting scaly, I guess that's the way to go.
I wouldn't even consider it a scaly at that point. I'd be leaving my human form behind. I'd be human brained, dragon bodied.
I was gonna say, would it be a human brain situation, or is it a complete death of personality and you're just a dragon?
Well, I think a lot of dragons have personality, right?
Well, here's the thing: they're fictional, so
exactly.
In Dragonheart, Sean
I guess
Connery
they
was a
could
dragon.
or not.
I am the last one.
Yeah, they had Crash Bandicoot Cucumberbatch do the Cucumberbatch did the voice of Smaug in Lord of the Rings 7 or 5.
Get your votes in. I'm about to end the poll.
I think I choose to be one of the Sentinels from the Matrix with like all the fucking tentacle robot arms and shit.
He's not into weird.
Classic Magicus. I'm going to read some of these
Classic
Streamlabs.
Yeah, go ahead.
If anybody wants to send any more in.
A bunch of people want to go ahead and vote for me in the poll.
Billy wins.
It's $28 till Magicus
Billy's
takes
got all
it's
of his fucking alt
$38.
accounts on
Yeah,
there.
who
38
knows?
bucks.
Magicus isn't drinking again tonight. $38 to do it. I don't think it's happening. Billy and Ben, will you guys be my new parental figures? Yeah, but you're gonna have to pay for our retirement because it's getting to that age.
Yep.
To hell with that. Thank you again for those comments on Michelle Fiore's skull-crushing titties. So she could crush skulls with those titties, so I don't know what she's so worried about exactly. Stoned Yeti said, what is it called when a trans radical feminist gets waterboarded? Surf and turf. You spelled turf like actual turf, not the way that they spell it though. But it's, you know, it's a stupid joke. Thank you for your stupid
solid joke structure.
Thank you. For your money too. Jennifer Robbins, give that big money on the drink up, Mr. Captain Snacks. Exactly what I'm saying, my man. You just say it more eloquently. I'll imagine that comment was for me or Scott. Sorry, Magicus.
I tried. I did my best. I have no regrets.
And Lowbrow just said to the sweetest of sweet boy podcasts around, may DP reign supreme forever. And that catches us up with those donos. Feitan again, thank you. William Hicks says Vito totally should have sat on the motherfucker who broke his sign.
Got a weapon.
Yeah. And then someone else just left a comment saying Billy is a bitch.
Really?
Yeah.
Meow, meow, meow.
Meow, meow, meow.
damn.
Vanessa Barbie, thank you
Almost
for your
there.
dono.
Could happen.
Appreciate you.
Good.
Meow, meow, meow. Meow, meow, meow. Void Studios says Billy is hot as hell. Yes.
Yes, correct.
Correct. Correct.
I'm at half mast just looking at him right now.
Yeah.
But are you talking chub, like boner chub?
I mean,
Like boner chub.
did I stutter?
Well, half mast could like be actual flag thing. I'm around a lot of people that love flags often.
I have actually been I've been flying my flag at half mast for in
God hates
in
flags.
mourning for your dick.
Thank you.
God hates flags.
Thank you. Thank you.
God hates flags.
And I do want to say that I am still would like people watching after we're live to tag the moment in time that Scott did say his prayer, as I would like to go back and listen to it with open,
Please tag my winning
unbiased
prayer.
ears.
Let
So-
history vindicate me.
Honestly, if anyone who watched the show tonight wants to timestamp the highlights in the description, I'll make it so that there's chapters so you guys can skip more easily. I just I can't watch the show all over again.
Who's got the fucking time?
I watch every
Yeah.
show we do 4 times before the next show comes on.
Can you give me the timestamps then?
I'm too intent. I'm always
Oh.
constantly critiquing how I can do better the next episode.
Yep.
Shot.
Just trying to do better.
I take this Drunken Peasants thing very seriously.
You have a very low IQ.
Definitely, seriously. He's never like joked about it once.
Dun dun. Magicus, can I ask you a question?
You just did.
What's your problem?
So I guess
Would you like to ask another one?
I guess since you showed me that I can ask you a question, I want to know, Magicus, if you woke up in a casket full of piss, would your first thought be, whose piss is this?
I think my first thought would be, why am I in a casket?
Okay. See?
This question brought to you by NBC's Piss Cocktober.
And then I think the second question would be, what is that liquid I'm in? And the third one would be, is that my piss?
Oh, so you would wonder if it was your own piss before you would wonder if it was...
Eventually.
Yeah.
All
You'd be
right.
like, what is that smell? Is that my piss?
We're going to do the post show now.
Everybody, $10 and above, come watch the post show with us right now. If you don't watch it live with us, $10 and above can watch it on demand through the Patreon.
Good
All
night.
I'm saying If someone's gonna put you in a casket, they might piss on you. You never know.
In the beginning, there was nothing. And then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. From the strangest corners of the internet, gonna get TP'd by Billy and Ben. You know where you can find them at. Get ready, cause they're gonna kick your... Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants. Drunken Peasants.